That's you, looking at your garage. And I mean, yeah, everything still works, right? Sort of. You know, the door's slowing down, squeaks quite a bit, light doesn't work, and that one wheel pops off every now and then. But you know, it works. Except when it doesn't. If you want things to work, they need maintenance. A tune-up every once in a while. Align the tracks, lubricate the motor, the rollers, hinge points. Fix that dented panel from that football you totally should have caught. At Mo Better Garage, we make that way mo better. Good things need love and care. Sharpen your knives, paint the steps, wash your jockstrap, shine your shoes for crying out loud. Give your garage door system a Mo Better tune-up every couple thousand cycles and it'll give you years of faithful service. How do I know? Because I'm Mo. Call Mo Better Garage and we'll come over and make it right. Get that sucker working like new. There's an idea.
Stay tuned to hear more history as it unfolds before your ears. It's the audio archives of Fox News
listeners.
Talk.
Saturday morning is the perfect time to
Jason
talk
in the
boats
house,
and
the
water
Jason
fun in
Chaffetz
South Florida.
podcast.
This is
There
Adam
is
O'Kane
always
again from
someone
Bayswater
doing
Boat Club.
something
Join us
stupid
every Saturday
somewhere.
morning
Dive
from
deeper
7
than
to
the
8
headlines
for
and the party
Bayswater
lines
Boat Club
as I
Hour.
take
We
on
talk
American
boats,
life,
fishing,
politics,
boating
and
hot
entertainment.
spots, water
Join
quality,
me,
on
Jason
top of Jake
Chaffetz, every
DeMaio and I
Wednesday
just
as I
having fun
shed
on the
light
radio.
on the news
And if you
and
don't
make
have a
some
boat,
predictions
Baywater's
along the
Boat
way.
Club has
You
got you
never
covered.
know
Just
who will
call
drop
me, Adam,
in.
at
Subscribe now on
239-495-0455.
foxnewspodcast.com or
Grandpa Joe
wherever
doesn't
you
want voter
download
ID,
podcasts.
but Uncle Sam says we have to do a station ID. 92.5 WFSX Estero,
More civilian
Fox
deaths
News.
in Ukraine.
Right,
Foster,
all
Fox
along.
News. At least 21 people are reported killed in the northeastern city of Marefa by Russian artillery hitting a school and a community center. That's according to a local official there. At least one person's reported killed by shelling just north of downtown Kyiv, the capital. Fox's Jonathan Hunt's in Lviv, Ukraine.
The airport here in Lviv, or a target very close to the airport, has been struck, we believe, by around 3 cruise missiles. That strike, we don't know if there are any casualties in it. The airport, by the way, here shut down, obviously, as you can imagine, for weeks now for commercial flights, quite possibly used for some military activity. It's about 3.5 miles from where we're standing right now.
President Biden has a call this morning with China's President Xi Jinping about the situation in Ukraine.
He's managing expectations.
He does not believe democracies can be sustained in the 21st century.
National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan warned China it could face consequences if it supports Russia's invasion of Ukraine, but the Biden administration has not specified what those consequences would be. In Washington, Malda Rivera, Fox News.
A next-generation moon rocket is being slowly rolled out to the launch pad at Kennedy Space Center in Florida.
It'll occupy Launch Pad 39B for numerous tests in the coming weeks. The rocket and the Orion crew capsule weighing in at 5.75 million pounds after more than a decade in development and $37 billion. The SLS will be the backbone of NASA's Artemis program, aimed at returning astronauts to the moon by 2025 and establishing a long-term lunar colony. Paul Stevens, Fox News.
A sixth person has died after a 47-vehicle pileup on an interstate in Missouri. The State Department of Public Safety says it was foggy out at the time with about 50-foot visibility. America's listening to Fox News.
I struggled with symptoms like frequent gas and stomach pain for years.
I was bloated all the time with daily diarrhea.
At first, I thought it was what I was eating.
I kept thinking it was stomach issues.
By so I did my research.
The leader in spinal decompression. Find them online at 596back.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Traffic on Palm Beach headed just over 75. Seeing a few slowdowns, avoid that area. I-75 mostly congested past Colonial Boulevard southbound in that area, and then Alligator Alley, hearing reports of a crash on I-75 as you head towards Naples just past Camluck Road. That right lane is blocked, and we see troopers on scene, so you're going to get a little bit slowed down if you're headed past that scene. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wirtz, Wink News.
Wink Weather Authority.
After some patchy areas of fog this morning, that'll be lifting way to a mix of sun and clouds for today and a warm afternoon for your St. Patrick's Day. 87 for a forecast high. We could see a stray shower by this afternoon focused far inland. Otherwise, we remain quiet for your Thursday evening, Thursday night, Friday morning, looking at lows in the middle 60s waking up with the high near 89 degrees for the afternoon. A few showers focus inland yet again for your Friday afternoon. Saturday mainly dry, and we keep it warm for the start of the weekend with a high near 88 degrees. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
There's a reason they call tasteless, stale food leftovers. Feed your brain the right way. 92.5 Fox News. right all along.
Let's hear from Dr. Johnston at 596-BACK.
Have you ever had pain down your legs or into your hips and thought, why is this happening? There's a large nerve that comes out of your back that runs down into your leg called the sciatic nerve. This nerve can get compressed by a bulging herniated disc, arthritis, stenosis, or scoliosis. This causes sciatica, which eventually can lead to back, leg, or hip pain, weakness, or numbness. Avoid the band-aids like anti-inflammatories, spinal injections, or painful surgery. Sciatica, as well as bulging disc neuropathy and stenosis, can now effectively be treated with non-surgical spinal decompression at Johnston Spinal Care, 596-BACK. Spinal decompression decompresses the discs and nerves, allowing them to heal. FDA cleared, safe and comfortable. Make a decision to live life without pain. Call my office, Johnston Spinal Care, for a free telephone consultation. 596-BACK. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Hi, I'm Ty Laster, Managing Partner and CEO of Key City Capital. So why are we here in Southwest Florida? Well, at KCAP, our mission is to connect capital to wealth for all of our partners through passive real estate investments. And very simply, we generate and distribute double-digit returns for our investors by investing in single-family homes and apartments and unique alternative cash-flowing asset-backed investments.
Call us today at 239-330-2080 or check us out online today at kcap925.com.
Hey guys, it's Robbie Raw. You've heard how much I love my art supports from the Good Feet store. Now I want you to hear from someone else.
Hi, I'm Dr. Julie Caton. I decided to get my own art supports, and I absolutely love them.
Visit the Good Feet store and take back your life.
As a great poet once wrote, choosing one path over another makes all the difference. Now consider that each space reimagined by Closet Factory brims with features, each of which reflect a choice made to make things more efficient. The result? A room built of dozens of good choices that, by design, don't just keep things in your home more organized, but in living with it makes you more organized. Designed and engineered for a better you. That's how we build it at Closet Factory and closetfactory.com.
I've been asked 1,000 times, did you plan on becoming the largest injury law firm in the world? And the answer is no. When I started, there were just 2 of us. Today, Morgan & Morgan has 800 lawyers alone. No injury firm in the country has anywhere close to that. We set out to be focused on our clients and to have a commitment to trying cases and winning. And when you have those results at trial, you're able to settle most of your cases quickly and fairly. Reputation matters. We grew like this because we worked hard and so many former clients referred family and friends. And what I believe is the main reason is we delivered for our clients. A lot. Hard work and client satisfaction was our plan. It worked. Hope is not a plan. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Offices, Fort Myers and Naples.
Chevy Sales, Marty speaking.
Oh, top of the morning to you, Marty.
You again?
Do you feel lucky?
Lucky?
Yeah, it's the Lucky You event at Victory Lane Chevrolet. Right now, Victory Lane's offering no payments for 120 days.
What the?
And new Chevy trucks come with a $1,000 accessory allowance.
No way!
But you don't really need luck with their goal of 100% credit approval.
No such thing as luck, pal.
Well, don't tell that to your customers, because they're going to need all the luck they can get. He hung up. During the Lucky You event, get 2.99 APR for 72 months and no payments for 120 days. New Chevy trucks have a $1,000 accessory allowance, plus an additional $500 off MSRP. Get lucky at Victory Lane Chevrolet on the corner of Fowler and Winkler. Find new roads online, victorylanechevrolet.com. Se habla español.
Plus tax, tag, and fees with approved credit. All offers on in-stock vehicles must finance through GM Financial. Offers cannot combine. Ends 3/31/22.
Thank you for waking us all up out here, for all you do. And
thank you for giving us the voice.
For being out there helping to keep the constitutional republic. I want to thank you for
your support for veterans in the military.
Educating us.
Standing up for conservatism.
Giving us the truth.
Daybreak with Drew Steele.
All right, listen, there's something going on here. Yes, people who said that the Hunter laptop is real, the laptop from hell. By the way, Miranda Devine, New York Post writer, Laptop from Hell, the book. She will be on with us at 8:05 this morning. So we will have Miranda Devine on this program, and we're going to get into this. And there's no doubt that people feel vindicated that now you have the New York Times going, yeah, maybe this stuff on the laptop's real. Okay, but there's more to the story. There has to be a reason. Nothing happens in a vacuum, right? So there has to be a reason why. And we'll ask her this question. There's got to be a reason why it's coming up now. Right? Well, why now? Why is it that now? Because they could have left it alone. They could have just dropped it. They could have just said, forget it. It's history. We don't even have to talk about it. We don't have to bring it up. The major fake news media outlets don't have to talk about it anymore. So what's up here? There's something going on. And is the something that's going on the fact that even now, the intelligence community, even now, people that are on the inside that voted for Joe Biden, support Joe Biden, are all of a sudden seeing the consequences of what could be a world war coming, and it may very well stem from a compromised Joe Biden. Hey, did I say that? I mean, is that what this is? Joe Biden is so compromised that maybe that there are things that are happening right now around the globe. China getting aggressive, Russia getting aggressive, Iran getting aggressive. It's funny. It's strange how Biden is connected to all of these things through corruption, through money laundering, through trafficking that we are told, and we're going to find out from Miranda Devine about the Hunter Biden issue is not just the issue of, all right, this guy's sleazy, he's dirty, he's nasty, all the pornographic stuff that's on the laptop and the things that people have seen and how disgusting all of that is, and that's true. But the other side of it is all the money that has made its way to the big guy and how you can really compromise somebody when you've got the goods. If the New York Times is finally having this revelation and saying, oh, look at this. Maybe the laptop is the real deal. Maybe that's true. You don't think that Russia and China have it as well? You don't think that they've had it and then some? And so when people say things like, I don't understand what the Biden administration is doing. There are people that are screaming and yelling and saying, hey, listen, we just heard from Zelensky or talking to the U.S. Congress and saying, we need protection. I don't understand why you're not helping us here. Why are you not doing something like a no-fly zone? Why are you not doing something like the MiGs? Now, the no-fly zone is one thing, and people have brought up the issue of, hey, you really want to start World War III? There are certain portions of what could be a no-fly zone that might get a little tricky, like a no-fly zone if, as Mike Lyons talked about yesterday, military analyst, what happens if there's some kind of no-fly zone, a plane comes into the space, there is a missile that is following that plane, all of a sudden that plane turns back around and makes its way back over into Russia, and the missile doesn't stop at the border, and then it follows the plane. You see, there's all kinds of issues that could happen with the no-fly zone, although that could happen anyway. But why is the administration so reluctant to give Ukraine these MiGs, these fighters? And we've talked about it before, and how giving those MiGs signifies the entrance of the United States into the war, and thus causing World War III because Putin said so. What? So there are things that the administration's not doing. There are things that are also going on with the Iran nuclear deal that we talked about yesterday. And people are saying, I don't get it. Why does it feel like the Biden administration is bending over backwards for Russia, not helping Ukraine, trying to bend over backwards to get a nuclear deal done with Iran that will help them to get the weapon, not take it away? The idea that Iran is going to sit back and with diplomacy, they're going to go, oh, hey, yeah, you bet. We don't want a nuclear weapon. We don't have any designs on it. We were just kidding the whole time that we would like to have one and building up towards one. And so if you say this piece of paper and we sign, it means that we're not going to do it anymore, even though we're a terrorist state. But no problems. Yeah. is the reason why, and it's the provocative question when Miranda Devine joins us at 8:05 this morning. Remember Laptop from Hell, the book. Are we talking about somebody who is so compromised that he has no choice but to do the things that he's doing, lest all that information come out and there's no escape? And so maybe now if you, again, I don't know. Why now? Is it because of the headlines? I mean, as more and more things happen in Ukraine, as more of the headlines are swallowed up by a war in Ukraine, it allows for this to kind of just, yeah, it's real. Yeah, the information there on the laptop, and yeah, there are some problems, and but do you see what's happening over here? I mean, is that it? 239-479-5592 is the Brett AC Talking text line. We stream live, drewsteele.com. The website Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching and subscribing to the channel on Rumble. Thank you for watching. By the way, the website, drewsteele.com. Real simple. You just open it up on your browser, on your phone, or whatever it is. It works like an app. I know it's a harsh way to get into the morning, but Jake, I'll ask you, Jake the Millennial, did you do anything exciting for St. Patrick's Day yesterday? Did you, what did you do? What kind of festivities? Anything at all?
I'm wearing green pants today.
Yeah, you're a day late. I'd say $1 short, but that's typically every day.
That's true, too.
Yeah, you're always $1 short. But you are, here's some exciting news, a little inside Drew Steele baseball, and a little inside our studio here because we're all family. Jake has taken it upon himself to now eat healthier, to get more sleep.
Try to.
Yeah, and
working on it.
It's paying dividends because you're sharp and snappy in the mornings lately. This past week, you've been, dare I say, in some places, funny. You've been.
Oh, I'm touched.
See that? And I could have said that a couple of weeks ago.
Biden.
I could have said that to you a couple of weeks ago. It right over your head. Like you wouldn't even have been paying. You would have been checked that. I mean, it's Friday. It's Jake Day, so it's not just any day.
I forgot it was Friday.
Mm-hmm. But
is it really Friday today?
It is.
Maybe tomorrow I get to go to bed.
Hey, by the way, all right, here's a little nugget for you to start things off. I know we started off quite seriously. Did you hear Nancy Pelosi reading a poem by Bono?
No, but I heard her scraping her knuckles together.
Yeah, well, you couldn't help but hear that. All right, just to kick things off before we get into the Hunter Biden and the laptop and some of the other stories that are out there, and there's a whole lot to dig into today, so we'll try to get to a lot of it. Oh, and a replay of yesterday's interview with Congressman Byron Donalds. This is when we have him on. People like to hear him, so if they missed it. So if you missed our interview with Byron Donalds from yesterday, we'll be replaying that coming up in about 15 more minutes. All right, so Nancy Pelosi, it is, I guess they're celebrating St. Patrick's Day on Capitol Hill, and listen to this.
Before I introduce them, I got this message this morning from Bono.
She got a message from Bono. It's like Bono's just like is Bono like on, and you know who Bono is, but she says it as if everybody knows. And I'm looking at the gray hairs that are in the audience, and I'm thinking, you have no idea what this is, do you? Do you know who it is?
Yeah, but is he blind?
Bono?
Yeah.
No. Are we talking about the same person?
Yeah, we are. I'm sure we are. My whole life always thought he was blind because he never took those glasses
All
off.
right, well, hold on a second. 239-479-5592. I will pull up, or go ahead on the screen here, Jake. You could do it for me on the call screen. Before I even get into this, does everybody know who Bono is? You can just say yes or no, or you can put how you know Bono or of Bono. Maybe we need to check that first and foremost before we even move on with this. I mean, I'll tell everybody who it is, but I just wonder yes or no if you just want to text and let me know if you knew ahead of time. But Bono is the lead singer of the group U2. In the name of love. Right?
That's like the only one I know.
I was just going to say, no, there's a lot of U2
Well, there
songs.
are, but that's the one I know.
Still haven't found what I'm looking for. And
Do you want some help?
no, that's the song. Okay. Literally, nobody is texting us. So either you have not awakened from your...
They're blind to Bono.
No, you have not awakened from your St. Patrick's slumber because everybody was partying yesterday as if it was Halloween. Because that's what they do now. Halloween is it's like, I'm not getting up for work tomorrow kind of holiday. So, okay, Rose and Fort Denard texted us, but that's it. All right, so here goes Nancy Pelosi. Here you go.
And most of us, we're always, whether we're in Ireland or here, whatever it is, Bono has been a very Irish part of our lives.
Bono's an Irish part of our lives. So they're from Ireland, and right? You had no idea.
No idea.
No idea. All right.
And he said this.
What did he say? Here's his poem.
Oh, St. Patrick, he drove out the snakes with his prayers, but that's not all it takes. For the smoke symbolizes an evil that arises and hides in your heart as it breaks. And the evil risen from the darkness that lives in some men, but in sorrow and fear, that's when saints can appear. To drive out those old snakes once again. And they struggle for us to be free from the psycho in this human family. Ireland's sorrow and pain is now the Ukraine, and St. Patrick's name is now Zelensky.
Yeah. So now St. Patrick's name is now Zelensky. So Zelensky is now a saint, according to Bono from the band U2. And a couple of things, the first thing is when she's talking about driving out snakes, I just find it ironic, and Nancy Pelosi is reading a poem about driving out snakes, and it's Nancy Pelosi who's it's a little funny. But then if you were going to have somebody read your poem, I'm just wondering if the first person you would want reading your poem is Nancy Pelosi, because I'm not really confident that everything she read is exactly what's on the paper. So there you go. St. Patrick's name is now Zelensky. All right. Anyway, moving on. So, yeah, I know there's so much to talk about today. I'll just get into a couple of little pieces of audio talking about Hunter Biden and some things that maybe we should remember. One of them is with Hunter Biden and this revelation in the New York Times going, we're going to verify what Miranda Devine, New York Post, others who were censored, who were not allowed to go on Facebook and Twitter and YouTube, and who knows whether or not we're going to be on any social media sites after even discussing this. I wonder what they're going to do next. And those questions about how speech was shut down for talking about this and things that were verified and confirming now that everything that was reported, totally true, but told it was Russia disinformation. And Jen Psaki was asked about it yesterday. What did she have to say?
The New York Times has authenticated emails that appear to have come from a laptop abandoned by Hunter Biden in Delaware. The president previously said that the New York Post story about this was a bunch of garbage and that it was a Russian plant. Does he stand by that assessment?
I've pointed the Department of Justice and also to Hunter Biden's representatives. He doesn't work in the government.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about this. Sorry. He doesn't work for the government, so we're not going to comment on anything that has to do with the President of the United States' son. Gotcha. Okay. And how we were treated and how the president at the time, Donald Trump, was treated during the 2020 campaign when there was a debate going on and Joe Biden wanted to chime in about this Russia disinfo and what else?
Joe, they're calling you a corrupt politician. Nobody's
President Trump, I want to stay on the issue of race. We're talking about the issue.
Laptop from hell.
President Trump, we're talking about race right now, and I do want to stay on the issue of race. President Trump,
I have to respond to that.
Please,
because look,
very quickly.
There are 50 former national intelligence folks who said that what he's accusing me of is a Russian plant.
Full stop. It's a Russian plant. 50 people in the intelligence community saying it was a Russian plant. Now, you have two things that you can do right now, Jake. You could either look at the intelligence community and say, they know what they're talking about. They've perused all of this. They've studied this. They've checked it out. And man, they connected all the dots and absolutely positively that they did their due diligence. They did the hard work. And Russia did this. Or they're a bunch of liars. Every single one of them. I don't know which one are you going to go with right now. The intelligence community. The same intelligence community that tried to bring down a duly elected president with a Russiagate hoax. So tell us who we're supposed to trust. Oh, and one of them happens to be James Clapper. Everybody know James Clapper? You should know James Clapper because James Clapper at the CIA was front and center. James Clapper, front and center in the Russiagate hoax. James Clapper, who just days before the election in 2020, 2 weeks before the election, what did he say about Hunter Biden's laptop from hell? What was it?
Well, source matters a lot, and the timing matters a lot, I think. And to me, this is just classic textbook Soviet-Russian tradecraft at work. The Russians have analyzed the target. They understand that the president and his enablers crave dirt on...
Okay, just stop. They crave dirt, and so it's just Russian disinfo. That's what it is. James Clapper saying that it was Soviet-Russian tradecraft. Now, either James Clapper is completely incompetent or a liar or both. Because now that we know that it wasn't Russian disinfo, you got to answer for that. Oh, and Miranda Devine on her Twitter account, who Miranda Devine wrote the book, Laptop from Hell, about Hunter's laptop, will be on with us at 8:05 this morning, scheduled to be on. Don't miss this interview coming up this morning. Wanted to remind everybody who signed this election eve letter claiming that the emails published by the New York Post and Miranda Devine and others from Hunter Biden's laptop, which many people didn't get to see because remember how it was taken down by Twitter? Nobody was allowed to even talk about it. If you reposted it, you got put in Twitter jail. Had, quote, all the classic earmarks of a Russian information operation. Gosh, when you go through all the different people that signed on to this letter, every single one of them now has been proven to be a joke, not trustworthy. Every single one of them is going to have to answer. All 50 of them. Oh, look, it was signed by James Clapper. Huh. Oh, and hey, Leon Panetta's in there as well. The Panetta. How fun to see his name popping up there. Well, what's going on with that? Yeah. So, about that. We'll talk about that more coming up.
Traffic on Palm Beach headed
239-479-5592. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
The right place for local talk. Drew now, Trey for the drive at 5. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Presented by the Darda Real Estate Group at dardagroup.com.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Some Americans angered by the war in Ukraine and the humanitarian crisis are boycotting Russian businesses and brands in the U.S. PayPal says users will now be able to send money to Ukrainians in the war-ravaged country, as well as to refugees across Europe. A federal labor board is seeking to reinstate former Amazon employee Gerald Bryson, fired in the early days of the pandemic after leading a protest in New York City, calling for better COVID protections at the company. Mortgage rates top 4% for the first time since 2019. And stocks extend their rally even as oil prices top $100 a barrel again. The Dow rose 417 points, the Nasdaq up 178. I'm Carmen Roberts. That's your Fox Business Report. Invested in you.
Any supplier can drop a box outside your door. But if you want a partner who delivers great customer service too, rely on Cintas. Your dedicated service reps can deliver what you need to help your business run smoothly. From essential cleaning products to hygienically cleaned apparel, fire protection services to first aid and safety supplies. That service you can't get from a box.
Oh, I'm ready!
Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the...
Are you ready to listen?
All right, how we doing this morning? Just checking in with everybody once again. Just want to make sure that the video stream is working properly. Wherever you are watching us right now, would you check in, chime in, say good morning, say hello, go into your comment section, whether you're on Rumble or any other place, especially if you're on Rumble, because I need to check our comment section on Rumble if you don't mind. Please, right now, if you can hear me, go ahead and give us a good morning. I can certainly do a shout out and recognize everyone who's checking in, but I do need to check on our stream. So I'm going there right now to check it all out. Whether you're on, let's see, is this working? And it appears as if it's not. Oh no, it is working. Okay, so yeah. If you're on right now on Rumble, maybe go to Rumble Rants and give us a little check-in. If you're someplace else, give us a little check-in. I see Gary's here. Good morning, Gary. Jeff is here as well. Philo is here. Florentina is here. Jimmy's here. Jane is here. Who else is here? What is this? Oh, good in Naples. Your name is Stephen America. Stephen America Republic. Wow, that's a tongue twister. Jim KRO, I see, thank you, 3 E's, all right. I see you on Rumble, great. Good to see, yeah, just, and checking to see how many people are on Rumble right now. So if you are there, and whatever you're doing, just take a moment and just go to the comment section or the rants section so that I can see that you're here. All right, we'll call magic. All right, so we see you, Will, there in Naples. Awesome. Appreciate you being there. And everybody who's watching right now, thanks so much. All right, Addie's there. Oh, look at that little baby. Addie, look at that baby from Ohio. Look at that Ohio baby. Beautiful. All right, so once again, just checking in. Yeah, obviously if you're driving, don't stop. But I appreciate that. All right, good. So seeing that everybody is checking in, good. Appreciate everybody on Rumble who's watching, and wherever you're getting the show. Thanks so much, and spread the word. And please, even if it's subscribe on Rumble. It's important. Please do. Moving on over. All right. Anybody else I'm missing? Okay, we're good. All right. Thanks to everybody who's watching. Stick with us. More to come.
Lozano, LDTlaw.com.
Well, hello there. I am the Guitar Hotel. I have over 3,000 of the newest slot machines and nearly 200 table games with real cards and real dealers. Come experience my incredible lineup of restaurants, bars, and of course, Hard Rock Live. Or spend a day soaking up the sun in my 18 acres of poolside paradise. I can't wait to meet you. Visit hardrockholly.com to find out more.
If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Wink News, traffic.
Traffic on Palm Beach headed just over 75. Seeing a few slowdowns, avoid that area. I-75 mostly congested past Colonial Boulevard southbound in that area, and then Alligator Alley, hearing reports of a crash on I-75 as you head towards Naples just past Camluck Road. That right lane is blocked, and we see troopers on scene, so you're going to get a little bit slowed down if you're headed past that scene. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wirtz, Wink News.
Wink Weather Authority.
Get ready for a day of near-record heat today as we climb back to 90 degrees. Look for plenty of sunshine with a few clouds building towards this afternoon. We may see a few showers and storms focused east of the I-75 corridor late this afternoon and into this evening. But if you're west of that and closer to the coast, you should remain dry. Passing clouds as we head into your Saturday night, we cool down to 69, waking up in your Saturday morning to a dry start. We're back to 89 degrees for your Saturday afternoon with a few more thunderstorms focused inland once again. Our next cold front begins to move through for Sunday. Isolated rain and thunderstorms possible with that one, with the high of 87 on Sunday afternoon. Not much of a cool down behind that, but we should see a slight drop in humidity by Monday. I'm Wake News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Joe Biden's plan for America? Recycled leftovers. Time for some right thinking. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip of the Day. Our team is expanding as we grow, and we're looking for a few good people. We're taking applications right now for air conditioning installers, air conditioning helpers, the service mechanic department, our sales team, and we have a few spots open in our apprentice program, where we will take a novice person with no training, put them with a supervisor for a 6-month training program. This will require a commitment to the company. So if you feel you could be one of the best, apply in person at 4697 Elevation Way in Fort Myers. We're just off Martin Luther King Boulevard in the Benchmark Industrial Park. You can call us at 239-482-1542 for directions. If you want to be one of the best, come join us at Kobe Cooling. License CACO 57313.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. We're on the phone with our good friend TJ Meister, owner of the Floor Meisters in Naples. And listen, TJ, we know that when you're calling, something big is going on, something special is happening at Floor Meisters. Tell us a little bit about what's going on with the almost 1 million square feet of CoreTech inventory on hand. Talk about that.
Yes, I have the biggest selection in Southwest Florida, and I also probably have the biggest stock of CoreTech. Got almost 1 million square feet. I'm ordering it every day to keep up with demand and to make sure it's here, ready to go when you need it. I've got trucks rolling in every day. I'm buying for 3 to 4 to 5 months out to make sure you've got it. If you got a contractor who needs some floor and they can't get it, come see me. We probably have it here.
So when it comes to CoreTech, listen, you know where to go. The selection's unbelievable at Floor Meisters. And if you're a homeowner, contractor, installer, and you can't find what you're looking for, now's the time to visit their store at 6281 Naples Boulevard next to Costco or online at floormeisters.com.
Yikes! $100? Paying that much is just a pain in the gas. Get to the gas payoff event at Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral. Through Monday, buy a new Nissan and we'll pay for your fuel. Not just a tank, not just for a month, but for an entire year. Your gas bill is on us. Plus, trade in your gas guzzler to a fuel-efficient new Nissan or a certified pre-owned Nissan. Sutherland Nissan has tons of models that get over 30 miles per gallon. As the #1 certified pre-owned dealer, you'll find the vehicle you're looking for and pay thousands less. And through Monday only, buy a new Nissan and pay $0 for gas for the next year. Save when you buy, save on the road, and save on gas. Don't miss the gas payoff event through Monday only at Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral, your used car megastore. Online at flnissan.com. If you don't shop Sutherland, you'll pay too much.
See dealer for details. It's a new year and a great time to upgrade your cabinets. You want Sinclair quality. You want Sinclair craftsmanship. You want Sinclair cabinets. Sinclair Custom Homes now offers their handmade, built in the USA custom cabinets without having to purchase a Sinclair custom home. You can now have the same high quality furniture finished cabinets in your existing home. Upgrade your kitchen, your bath, your closets, even your garage. For details, visit SinclairCabinets.com. That's SinclairCabinets.com.
Looking for a reputable HVAC service provider? 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating of Naples provides a high level of service and value to our clients. To learn more, visit onehourairnaples.com or call 855-1-HOUR.
Hey, Sean Hannity here for DeVoe Cadillac. Now, you all know Cadillac is synonymous with quality. In fact, it has been the icon of American-made luxury vehicles for over 100 years. Now, DeVoe Cadillac has been in business for over 50 of those years. Now, they serve Southwest Florida as a family-owned and operated business. They've done it the whole time. The DeVoe family has embraced the same commitment to quality that Cadillac represents. Listen, I could drive whatever I like, and guess what? I choose Cadillac again and again and again because I love my Escalade. I really enjoy the comfort, I enjoy the safety, the style, and that's why, let's see, I've already purchased over 10 Cadillacs in my life, and my go-to dealer in Southwest Florida is DeVoe Cadillac. Now, I know they're going to take great care of you and your new Cadillac with expert service from the people who know it best. Get to know our friends at DeVoe Cadillac, your Cadillac dealer right here in Naples.
The right place for local talk. Drew now. Trey for the Drive at 5. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
All right, our interview with Byron Donalds coming up in just a second from yesterday. Congressman Byron Donalds, who joins us usually on Thursdays, as far as he, as long as he's not too busy, because, a lot of things that are going on in D.C., as you can imagine, so we had the chance to speak with him. That interview's coming up in just a second. But before I get to that, I just have to say this. I'm just going to put this out there, and I just want to let you kind of understand what's coming. In case you don't know, a man who for 21 years spent his life as a man, who a year ago decided that he was biologically a male, but now goes by the name of Leah Thomas, won the 500-meter freestyle race at the NCAA Women's Championship. ESPN and SportsCenter wants to celebrate and maybe even do an interview. Wait, is this right? Hold on a second. Here it is.
Leah, how did that performance measure up to your expectations coming into this meet tonight?
I didn't have a whole lot of expectations for this meet. I was just happy to be here, trying to race and compete as best as I could.
You've undoubtedly been under the spotlight over the past few months. How have you been dealing with that and reasoning with everything?
I try to ignore it as much as I can. I try to focus on my swimming, what I need to do to get ready for my races, and just try to block out everything else.
Just trying to block out everything else. You've been scrutinized and under the spotlight, and how you're handling it, just kind of.
What did that race mean to you?
It means the world to be here, be with two of my best friends and teammates, and be able to compete.
Just saying that this is going to be the norm. Like, this is coming, just so you understand that 21 years, biological male, still biological male. Last time I didn't check. Somebody did. Who now, Leah Thomas, female NCAA women's champion, being interviewed by SportsCenter. It means the world to them. And there it is.
I think we should be able to bet on the women's sports, and then just kind of
that's
go with the non-biological.
Here's the idea. You wouldn't take that bet. What you end up doing is it's an interesting proposition that you're saying. If you know anything about betting, you know that if you have a favorite who's the horse who is the favorite in the race, you don't always bet the favorite because you're not going to get anything back because everybody else knows that they're going to win. So you ultimately pick 2 and 3, or
the less the odds, the more the money.
Yeah,
right?
you pick. Yeah. All right, I don't even want to talk about this anymore. I want to talk about our conversation yesterday with Congressman Byron Donalds, who joined us, and we started with a little Pete Buttigieg audio, where listen to me, it's only a Friday, where Pete Buttigieg wanted to let the world know that, the oil issues and transportation and gas prices, no problem. Hop on to public transport. That's it. Put your car away. Forget about it. It's time to get on the bus. And I asked Congressman Byron Donalds, what did he think about that comment in public transportation? And everybody hops on a bus. Here's a little bit of that.
Yeah. First of all, that's impossible. Look, I grew up in New York City. We have the most robust mass transit system in the world. And the thing always runs out of money because of the union contracts associated with the people who actually, drive the buses and conduct the trains. It always loses money. And here's the other thing. All the people in the city of New York do not ride on mass transit.
Yep.
A good percentage do, but not all of them. If they all had to do it, there would not be enough capacity to handle all the people.
Yeah.
So once again, Pete Buttigieg is proving he doesn't know what he's talking about. But, I mean, what else is new? The guy was a mayor of South Bend, and from what I hear, he wasn't a very good mayor. But now he's running the transportation agency in Washington, D.C.
Yeah. And by the way, if you've seen the subway recently in New York City, I'm not really sure if people necessarily want to be on the subways right now with some of the policies that are there. I talked to a couple of people, and again, we bring this up because it's the left-leaning liberal policies in New York City that have destroyed a city that came back. And I was there, you were there. We know what it was like when it was awful, and we also know what it was like when it was really, really good. And we're back to awful again. And I talked to Larry Kudlow just the other day and talked about this very thing, about how New York City is right now. I mean, somebody who lives there, and it's like it's not the same. And it's the policies of the mayor and what they've done in that state that we certainly don't want here. But the answers that they have, they don't want to accept and use that will make the city better. What they do is try to find what are these workarounds. And clearly, Congressman, the workarounds are because there's a constituency that they are beholden to that wants these policies, like these climate change radicals, that they're willing to go along with at the detriment of the American people. It's clear.
You're 100% correct. Look, two things. One, Pete Buttigieg, Jen Psaki does it. They all do this thing now, and it really pisses me off, where they explain the problem in a highly intellectual manner. And then at the very end say, so what we need to do is find solutions to help the American people. Well, all they really did is take 2 minutes to say absolutely nothing. Everybody knows what the problem is. The question is, what are you going to do? They don't offer solutions except the previous solution they already offered, which doesn't work. And so their party, a lot of it is based upon climate change is a major pillar of their political power base. It's what they run on all the time. So now having to abandon one of the key pillars of why you even run for office and seek higher office and try to maintain power in Washington or in state capitals across the country, the Democrats reversing course here is literally abandoning one of their major pillars. It's climate change, and it's quote unquote immigration reform and mass amnesty. And then, of course, then you have social spending. Like, those are the three pillars of their party.
Yeah.
And so if they completely got rid of climate change because, one, green technology cannot replace fossil fuels in any economy, let alone ours. Number two, green technology is significantly more expensive if it doesn't have federal subsidies attached to it. And even still with the federal subsidies, it's still more expensive than natural gas or oil, or yes, dare I say coal, and yes, nuclear power. But number three, and more importantly, geopolitics has dictated one thing to us right now, is that Russia, China, they are focused on commodities and minerals. The United States and Europe is focused on, we just want to maintain economies based upon unsound money principles. And we don't want to have to do the hard work necessary to preserve the American economy and the American way of life, which is, yes, using fossil fuels, which is, yes, peace through strength, and which is, yes, sound money, which means you just can't give everything to everybody. People have to earn it and work for it.
Yeah. You bring up an important point, and before we move on to some other topics, I want to stick with just one thing that you said, and it's just the two of us talking. It's me and you. We're just having a conversation. Yeah. Nobody else. What you said is so important to me, and I can't tell you how many people I hear saying this, which is, don't just tell us that we have to get away from fossil fuels, Jennifer Granholm, and we can't miss these opportunities and everything that's happening, that's going on, the crisis we can't let go to waste, if you will. We need people to follow up the questions with, tell us how. Give us the answer. Like, if you're telling us we're going to get off of fossil fuels, how are we going to power the vehicles? With what? What do you plan on doing? And we need more people to do that, right? And I know, Congressman, you do it, but we need more people to do the same thing, which is, don't just give us this blanket answer of, we got to get away from fossil fuels. Well, no. Expand on that, please. Give us the answer, because if you're telling us that there are means out there that are not using fossil fuels to power electric vehicles, enlighten us. Tell us what we're going to use. And if the technology exists, what does it cost? Nobody's saying that kind of thing. Nobody's following up the questions when Nancy Pelosi does these dances that you can't even understand half the time, whether it's Ukraine or anything else. Nobody ever follows up with her and kind of pushes back and says, well, I need a little more. Does that make sense?
No, it makes total sense. Even that's how congressional committees actually work. Congressional committees are not designed for the members to push back on each other's narratives.
Yeah.
Congressional committees are designed for every member to get 5 minutes so they can give a speech and then maybe ask a question that the witnesses don't have time to answer. And so there's really no back and forth. There's no dialogue. There's no debate between the members. We're doing that right now. The Democrats are trying to push for the expanded child tax credit to become permanent. We have a massive inflation problem. The Federal Reserve, by the way, did not raise interest rates high enough. It's only going to make the problem worse, not better.
Yeah, it's already baked, and it's already baked in too. I mean, all the rates.
Baked in.
Yeah.
The street knew. We know they're going to do a quarter. Let's see if they get real. Right. And so when they didn't do it, when they didn't get real, the street was like, oh, okay, they're not serious. Yep. So in the look of all this, we're in committees, and they're talking about, we need to make the child tax credit permanent. And you have to. I look at them sometimes, like the two Democrats that actually come to committee. I look at them. I'm like, are you guys even serious? These policies are what has created the biggest inflation we've seen in 40 years. But you want to do more of the same, as opposed to saying, you know what, we did this. It's not working. Let's actually rethink our strategy here. There is no rethinking going on from the Democrats in Washington, D.C. That's why when they're trying to ban Russian oil, instead of them reversing course in the United States with regulation, you got Joe Biden going to the Venezuelans and going to the Iranians to find other avenues to get oil, despite the fact that both of those regimes are totalitarian, murderous regimes. Yep. So the Democrats don't care about, this is a good country, that's a bad country. This is a country that supports liberty. This is a country that doesn't. Only thing they care about is keeping their agenda afloat and trying to shove all the mess under the rug so the American people don't see it.
Yeah. Two things. Want to get your thoughts on Zelensky and the speech from yesterday. And then the other thing is this. Is there anybody in D.C.? I'm bringing this up. I've been talking about it a lot. I had Lee Smith on recently to talk about it as well and get into details. Anybody in D.C. talking about how if you're going to talk tough about sanctions against Russia, like the president's doing, and at the same time using Russia to make a deal with Iran on a nuclear deal that is clearly going to give Iran the weapon, which is clearly going to make Iran a client of Russia's to take care of nuclear sites, get weapons and the like. They're not coming to us. They're going to give tens of billions of dollars to Russia. And this administration is doing everything they can to help them. So the talk of sanctions rings hollow to me when we know that they're still doing. Is anybody in D.C. even talking about that?
Well, first of all, let me deal with the sanctions first, and I'll end with Zelensky.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people who are actually talking about this on the Hill. You even have some Democrats talking about it because what the Russian invasion into Ukraine has exposed is some of the ridiculous foreign policy entanglements that Joe Biden has put us in, which namely Russia being our negotiating point with the Iranians. The Saudis see this. The Saudis don't like it. That's why they don't return Joe Biden's phone call when he's calling for more oil.
Right.
And that's also why the Saudis are going to the Chinese. So listen, on Capitol Hill, you have Republicans, we're definitely talking about it. You even have Democrats who are starting to talk about it because they understand, even very quietly and tepidly, but they understand how this puts us further into a box on a foreign policy perspective. It's just idiotic policy. This is diplomacy for diplomacy's sake from the Biden administration, but it's not going to get us anywhere. It's actually going to put us on a worse footing with our allies. Mm-hmm. These kind of moves from Biden is actually what has perpetrated the Russian invasion into Ukraine. Now, to be clear, I am not saying that Joe Biden basically opened the door for Vladimir Putin to invade Ukraine. Vladimir Putin's done that on his own regard. But Vladimir Putin has done that because he realizes and understands Joe Biden is feckless and he is weak on the world stage, and there won't be pushback against Russian aggression. And so, of course, the saying that everybody knows now from the Russians is you push where there's mush, and there is mush at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. So when Vladimir Zelensky comes in and he talks to Congress, the members of Congress, Nancy Pelosi had the Ukraine American flag pins being handed out. The Democrats now are all Ukraine all the time, primarily because they failed everywhere else domestically. So they have to be supportive of something that the American people are supportive of. But Also, secondarily, they are realizing the true idiocy of Biden's foreign policy, and they're trying to find an off-ramp before the midterm elections. What Zelensky came in and did yesterday was he fed into that narrative. I think he did a tremendous job with his speech. Obviously, he asked for a no-fly zone, and he also asked for military weaponry. And I think the real effects are most members of Congress are actually in favor of providing the armaments, including MiG-29s and the like, to Ukraine, except for, honestly, you have people on the very fringe side of our conference, and then members on the very fringe side of the Democrat conference who just don't want to engage in the theater at all.
Right. Yeah. Well, I guess we'll see. We hope for peace. We hope for some kind of deal to happen. Something at all. I don't know what it looks like. I don't know what could possibly happen ultimately. But boy, I will say this. If there is going to ultimately be some kind of deal that they can make where this would stop and Putin would turn around and everything would go back, then politically speaking, man, you take that off the table for Democrats. Just speaking about politics now, you take that off the table for Democrats. Where do they go? They can't go to the economy, can't go to what's going on with fuel prices. Now what?
Well, and I think that's the key thing. They have nowhere to go, Drew.
Yeah.
And, for people who are like, well, the Democrats, they've talked so much against endless wars and so on and so forth. Why are they now so pro-Ukraine and being involved?
Yeah.
Is because they have nowhere to go politically. They have failed across the board. And this is the one thing that the vast majority of the American people are supportive of, with being supportive of Ukraine standing against this Russian invasion.
Yeah.
And so it's an easy place politically to land and kind of hang out for a while, hoping that the dust settles on the economy. But the reality is the dust is not settling on this economy. It is getting worse. Yep. We could be hitting stagflation. Don't listen to me. Even Larry Summers said that yesterday.
Yeah, that's right. All right, Congressman Byron Donalds joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. I appreciate you. All right, have a good day. We'll see you soon, okay?
Hey, take it easy, Drew.
All right, see you.
It's all right here at 92.5 Fox News. We've been right all along.
I'm Harvey Massey. Think about this for a moment. Pest control involves applying pesticides inside your home, whether needed or not. At Massey Services, we just don't do that. We prevent pests from getting inside your home so we won't have to control them later. Why settle for pest control when you can trust Massey's pest prevention? It's guaranteed or your money back. Massey Services. Expect more and get it.
At Duncan's Diamonds, we are obsessed with finding you a diamond as unique as your love. As direct diamond importers, we traveled the world to find pieces of unbeatable value and quality. We have 30 times the selection of a typical jewelry store. From enchanting engagement rings to previously enjoyed Rolex timepieces, we have a special something for everyone.
Hi, I'm Stuart Duncan from Duncan's Diamonds. We have an unparalleled passion for bringing you the best in diamonds and jewelry. We're here to make this spectacular manageable with expert guidance, exceptional discounts, and unmatched financing programs.
With no middleman, we're able to offer prices 30 to 40% below the rest.
We will not be undersold by anyone, anytime, anywhere, and you can count on it. Come see us today.
Duncan's Diamonds. It's worth the drive to give the gift of a lifetime.
US 41, Gulf Coast Town Center, and Naples at Mercado.
Visit the Diamond District this weekend, March 18th, 19th, and 20th, for the biggest diamond sale of the year. Tacori, America's top bridal designer, will join the Diamond District. And with your Tacori purchase of $2,500 or more, you'll receive a free 6 to 7 millimeter pearl necklace and matching bracelet.
At the NCH Heart Institute in Naples, Florida, we are transforming cardiac care. Offering the most subspecialties in Southwest Florida, the NCH Heart Institute was named one of America's 100 best hospitals for cardiac care for the 7th year in a row by Healthgrades. We are elevating the patient experience. We are becoming the premier destination for cardiac care. The NCH Heart Institute, at the heart of what matters most.
Woodward, Piers & Lombardo, the first established law firm on Marco Island, is proudly celebrating 50 years of providing legal services throughout Collier County with offices in Naples and Marco. A lot has changed in 50 years, but what hasn't changed is the common sense approach to the law the attorneys of Woodward, Piers, and Lombardo have built their practice upon. Putting you first in their priority, whether they're advising you on business decisions, designing your estate plan, guiding you through divorce and litigation, or representation in zoning, permitting, and land use with counties and cities to overseeing your next real estate transaction. Woodward, Piers, and Lombardo. First for 50 years in serving Collier County with quality, effective, and efficient legal representation. Working with individuals, businesses, and local governments in an array of legal matters. Woodward, Piers, and Lombardo, with locations in Naples and Marco Island. For more information, visit their all-new website at WPL-legal.com. That's WPL-legal.com.
Tee off for a great day of golf at Coral Oaks Golf Course in Cape Coral. Enjoy excellent playing conditions, GPS golf carts, a large driving range and practice area, plus Knickers Pub. Also sign up for one of Coral Oaks' comprehensive golf schools with sessions running through April. You're sure to improve your game. Book tee times up to 7 days in advance at CoralOaksGolf.com. We'll see you at Coral Oaks, where every day is a great day.
For a limited time, Unique will buy back your old, inefficient HVAC system when we take up to $1,750 off your new heating and cooling system purchase. And Unique will save you even more money by giving you a free Nest thermostat. Maximize your energy savings with the new energy-efficient HVAC system and Nest thermostat from Unique Services today. Call 941-500-9819 to schedule your appointment. License number CMC 1250555, CFC 1429592, EC 13002942.
You need Unique.
Tune in on Sunday mornings, Fox News 92.5, Dr. Amy Robbins and Maximize Living Radio. I'm going to be going over topics like leaky gut, weight loss resistance, how to fix your chronic aches and pains, how to deal with all of those things in a natural way, how to sleep better. So there's a different topic every single week that we're going to be covering. Tune in and get the help that you need.
Is expected to warn China's President Xi in a phone call this morning to not provide military or financial assistance for Russia's assault on Ukraine. Secretary of State Antony Blinken repeats President Biden's judgment of Russia's president.
The Secretary of State not only personally agrees with President Biden's assessment that Vladimir Putin is a war criminal, he also believes that Russia is purposely targeting civilians in Ukraine.
Intentionally targeting civilians is a war crime.
Secretary of State Blinken's comments come a day after Joe Biden went on the record for the first time to explicitly call Russian President Vladimir Putin a war criminal. The Kremlin denounced Biden's comments as unacceptable and unforgivable rhetoric, according to Russian state media.
Fox's Kevin Cork, more than 3 million Ukrainians have now left the country as refugees. Matthias Radziviluk is director of Word of Life, one of many charities trying to help get people out.
Many of them are leaving, hoping, the majority of them, hoping this will end soon. And so they're not looking for a prospect of just, starting over in some other country.
He was on Fox News at night. The drug maker Moderna is hoping the feds will approve a second booster dose of its coronavirus vaccine for all American adults.
Earlier this week, Pfizer had asked for federal approval to give a fourth shot of its COVID vaccine to people over 65. That would mean 2 boosters on top of the original 2 shots. Now, Moderna's going a step further, requesting authorization for a fourth shot of its vaccine for all adults. The company said it wants to give flexibility to the CDC and medical providers to determine who gets that additional booster. That means it could go out to people at a higher risk of death or serious illness from COVID, regardless of their age. In Washington, Jill NATO, Fox News.
3 men are charged with murdering a security guard during a TV news crew robbery in Oakland in November. One of them is still at large. America's listening to Fox News.
You heard us right. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
This Fox News update is presented by Freedom Dental of Fort Myers. Online at freedomdentalftmyers.com.
Wink News. Traffic.
New crash popping up in Lehigh Acres, intersection of Sunshine Boulevard and State Road 82. This is just southeast of where State Road 82 is closed from 40th Street to Daniels Parkway due to that incident involving a Lee County deputy being shot. He is expected to be okay. We'll have that full report on Wink News for you with that investigation. But because this is so close to that road closure, causing major backups on 82 and that intersection with Sunshine Boulevard seeing significant backups north and southbound. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wirtz. Wink News.
Wink Weather Authority.
Get ready for a day of near-record heat today as we climb back to 90 degrees. Look for plenty of sunshine with a few clouds building towards this afternoon. We may see a few showers and storms focused east of the I-75 corridor late this afternoon and into this evening. But if you're west of that and closer to the coast, you should remain dry. Passing clouds as we head into your Saturday night, we cool down to 69, waking up in your Saturday morning to a dry start. We're back to 89 degrees for your Saturday afternoon with a few more thunderstorms focused inland once again. Our next cold front begins to move through for Sunday. Isolated rain and thunderstorms possible with that one, with the high of 87 on Sunday afternoon. Not much of a cool down behind that, but we should see a slight drop in humidity by Monday. I'm Wake News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Leftists make you fret? Check out rightallalong.net, the new web home for 92.5 Fox News.
You'd think an Army veteran with a military career including multiple combat deployments throughout the Middle East would be a great American. And you'd be right. But Joe Vanerbosch also happens to be a great dentist. An Army veteran of 8 years, Dr. Joe now makes his home in Southwest Florida, where his wife Sarah grew up.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joseph Vanerbosch, Freedom Dental on Metro Parkway in Fort Myers. In the Army, I received extra training in order to provide dental care in virtually any condition. That's why I can manage many dental treatments without the need to refer to a specialist. I served my country proudly for 8 years. Now I want to serve you and your dental needs. Special discounts for former and active military without dental insurance.
Dr. Vanerbosch provides emergency care and is now accepting new patients for cleaning, extractions, crowns, implants, and more. Find them online at freedomdentalfortmyers.com. That's freedomdentalfortmyers.com. Dr. Joseph Vanerbosch. Go to freedomdentalfortmyers.com.
You know what you want to do in retirement, but do you know how to get there? Tune in to Retire with Grace with Bob Grace, Saturday mornings at 8 and Sundays at noon to get the answers to your retirement planning questions. Plan today so you can do the things you've always dreamt about doing in retirement. Don't miss Retire with Grace, a Tri-Found company, Saturday mornings at 8 and Sundays at noon. Firm offers insurance services. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
Spend time and money on spring break and enjoying the outdoors and save on your insurance. Hi, this is Brian Chapman at Chapman Insurance Group. Now is the time for spring cleaning. Cleaning up your policies and finding savings where you can. If spring means a move, a new car, or new drivers hitting the road, then consider us for help reevaluating coverage and costs. At Chapman Insurance Group, we can save you money for the same or better insurance coverage. Visit CIGFlorida.com, Naples, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Port Charlotte, and Punta Gorda. CIGFlorida.com.
At Mr. Sparky, we're America's on-time electrician. Ceiling fans are a great way for you and your family to keep cool, but sometimes they just don't work right. Well, don't get overheated. Call the pros. Trust the Mr. Sparky team of professional, clean, and friendly electricians. Call now for $77 off any repair.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Limitations and restrictions may apply. Independently owned and operated. Licensed in the respective state or county.
Looking for a reputable HVAC service provider? 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating of Naples provides a high level of service and value to our clients. To learn more, visit onehourairnaples.com or call 855-1HOUR.
When news breaks.
We're following breaking news.
It's a story you'll see only on Wink.
When you need to know.
The Wink Weather Authority is tracking dangerous storms.
Wink News is there first.
Live in Bonita Springs.
Live in Cape Coral.
Fair.
We're pushing for answers. Here's what Wink found out. Could save you time and money.
Everywhere.
Live in Lee County. Live on Marco Island.
Wink News takes you there.
Live in Naples. In Lehigh Acres. Live in South Fort Myers. Wink News.
Now. Wink News. First. Fair. Everywhere.
Thank you for waking us all up out here, for all you do. And
thank you for giving us the voice.
For being out there helping to keep the constitutional republic. I want to thank you for your support for veterans in the military. Educating us. Standing up for conservatism. Giving us the truth.
Daybreak with Drew Steele.
Look, everything that happens with this administration, everything that happens with the culture, everything that happens in other states that are a battle of culture or a battle of politics, even if you think that it's localized in other states, everything affects you. Sooner or later, every single thing that we talk about on this program ends up at your doorstep. It's simple. It ends up at your doorstep. It will. And we're going to talk about some of the things that will end up at your doorstep and already being talked about that are really important in just a few minutes, and we're going to get into some serious discussion here about what Jen Psaki was talking about yesterday. And good for Fox News and Jackie Heinrich, who's been doing some great work there with the White House press corps and asking questions of Jen Psaki, very important questions, because there are things that are not getting answers that ultimately affect us, affect this country, and certainly affect you. And wait till you hear this exchange about Iran. This is a big deal and something to remember, that in the war in Ukraine with Russia and what is happening and all the things that we're seeing and how horrific it is, there are some things that are starting to pop up that really need answers. You're going to hear about this exchange in just a minute. I'm going to play some audio of Jackie Heinrich and Jen Psaki back and forth there at the White House yesterday. Also, a reminder that Miranda Devine is going to be on with us at 8:05. She's the journalist for the New York Post and the author of the best-selling book, Laptop from Hell, Hunter Biden, Big Tech, and the Dirty Secrets the President Tried to Hide. She was on Tucker last night. She's been making the rounds, certainly one of the most important books that you can read. I might not suggest you get one book soon. You might want to get two, because you might want to have one handy to hand to somebody when they start talking about how everything that has to do with Hunter Biden and Joe Biden and the corruption and the corrupt family and the fact that Joe Biden may be compromised, which could be a very big reason why there is a war happening right now and how we are this close, my fingers are thinly spread apart, to World War III. It could be because of this family. Yeah, it is that big. That is not hyperbolic. You just have to, well, we'll talk about it coming up at 8:05, Miranda Devine. All right, but before we get into the serious discussion that we're about to have, and this is an important segment, so I don't want you to miss it. Don't go anywhere. If you're driving, sit in your car. If you're at a location soon in the next 5 minutes, don't leave. Just sit in the car and listen to the rest of the segment. That's a what? Jake just made a big face. Is that a big ask? I shouldn't do that, right? That's not nice. I just don't want people to miss it. That's all.
It's important, folks.
Yeah.
Thanks. It's important, folks. I hope you'll join us.
Here's something that's important. Talk to Jake off the air about this. I can't believe it. We have to start off with a little bit of funny and a little bit of maybe some of the headlines that are out there. Kind of shake it off today, because it's post St. Patrick's Day and a lot of people are just waking up now because you partied too hard last night, because everyone knows that the only way to celebrate a patron saint
by drinking green tea
is a lot of drinking. I sorry, that's not nice or fair. I hope you had a nice night and you're safe. For years, Stacey Abrams has been telling everybody that she's the rightful governor of Georgia. You know, voting rights, people being denied the right to vote. And of course, when you ask them, hey, can you show me evidence, definitive evidence, maybe a person who was denied, like a person who walked up to a polling place and said, I'd like to vote now, and here's all the things that I need to do. And they said, no, you're not allowed to. Sorry, get out of here, because we said so. Not for any other reason, but because we say so, because, well, we pick a thing. It's an IST or an obia or skin color, whatever it is. So Stacey Abrams falsely claimed that she was the rightful governor of Georgia. Well, somehow, Hollywood is going to fix all of that. Jake, I'm not making this up. Here's a clip from the new hot TV show, according to somebody somewhere, because there's not enough Star Treks. Now there's a new one called Star Trek Discovery. It's super woke, but, they had to do it because there's no place else to go. There's only so many times that a captain of a starship can hook up with some woman that's blue on a different planet someplace, and then you kind of go from there and you end up with this new Star Trek Discovery. So they're going to fix all of that. Georgia, Stacey Abrams, please listen to this.
We greet the President of United Earth.
The President of the United Earth, and hey, it's Stacey Abrams! I'm not kidding, there she is! She's the President of the United Earth!
Madam President, welcome. I am so pleased that you've come.
We are eager to begin diplomatic discussions.
Nothing to discuss. United Earth is ready right now to rejoin the Federation. And nothing could make me happier than to say those words.
So, again, it's going to get serious in a minute, so let's just laugh for a second. Stacey Abrams, who could not become the governor of Georgia because the people of Georgia said, yeah, no, we're not going to vote for you, who claimed that the reason why she's not the governor of Georgia, well, she didn't actually say she's not. She still kind of says that she is in a way because, it's the voting rights in the state of Georgia and taking away the right, almost as if somebody would steal an election. Nobody steals elections. Stop talking about things like that. That's a joke. Hollywood came along and said, hey, we can fix that. We know you're going to be in a race for governor, and you should have been, and you should be even more than that. So Star Trek made her the president of the United Earth. You can't make it up. Like, nobody would want to. Somebody in Hollywood said, why don't we make Stacey Abrams the president of United Earth? And they were like, oh, this is a great idea. Nobody will ever make fun of this. This is brilliant. Oh, man. Listen, when it comes to a lot of things that are happening right now, I had this conversation with my wife yesterday, and it's like, she said, how was your day? It's just like this place, not here in this building, it's just this planet. This place stinks. Right now, this planet stinks. Now, you may say, if you're somebody who is a person of faith like I am, that you can have this place because there's a better place beyond this place that I'm looking forward to. And there's some truth to that. You can have this planet, and Stacey Abrams is the president of it. Because I'm kind of done. And look, it's not everybody. We fight for it. We fight for the country. We continue to fight for the country. We continue to push back against the woke and the culture wars and trying to take our kids' education and use it as your way to create an individual that is in your eyes and not my eyes and my child and my decisions. And yeah, we'll push back. But there are some things that are going on right now that are very important and discussions that we're not having that we need to have right now. Listen, we had Lee Smith on last week. This is a very important piece of what is going on in Ukraine, and you have to know this to be able to articulate some of the questions that many people have about what in the world is going on right now with Russia, Ukraine. Why is everything happening with this administration not, let's say, providing what Ukraine needs? You can call it what you want. No-fly zones, we're not going to do that because we don't want to start World War III. The idea that a president and an administration is looking at somebody like Vladimir Putin and all the evil that he is, and there's no doubt all the evil that is going on and all the death and destruction that's happening in Ukraine right now. And when Vladimir Putin says, you're not allowed to do this, and this because I say so. And anything, if you decide to breathe in my direction, that's an act of war. If you decide that you're going to, for some reason, put mustard on your hamburger, that is an absolute act of war. I mean, I'm going to dictate all the terms, and this administration goes, okay. Something seems really weird about this. Why? That's not projecting strength. That's something that you need to do. The former president did that. Behind the scenes, and I've heard through good sources, and you have as well, that the president made it known to Vladimir Putin, Xi, and others that, listen, we're not messing around. In front of the camera, yep, friends, everything's good. That's okay. Because that diplomatically is the way it's supposed to be. But behind the scenes, it's like, no, don't mess with us. So there are legitimate questions about how Iran plays in this. Iran, who launched missiles at our embassy in Iraq. And why is it that we're trusting a war criminal that we're told is Vladimir Putin by Joe Biden and others in the administration and many people? Why are we trusting a war criminal to make decisions in our behalf on a nuclear deal with Iran that will give them a nuclear weapon? This doesn't make any sense.
The president called Putin a war criminal yesterday. The Secretary of State just said that that was also his view today. So given all of that, why are we still having Putin's Russia broker the Iran nuclear deal talks?
That is an amazing question. Spot on. Why would we do that? Who would take a war criminal? Think of any war criminal in history and go, you know what? I'm going to have that person represent us in negotiations with anybody for anything. Why would you do that?
Well, I would say that it's not in our interest for Iran to acquire a nuclear weapon, and Russia is a member of the P5+1. So that is pursuit of a deal that would be in our national security interest.
It's not in our national security interest. This Iran nuclear deal is going to give Iran the opportunity to have the weapon. There are sunset clauses. Lee Smith described these last week about these sunset clauses that we're going to sign off on this. The sunset clause goes away. All done. Everything is set in place. And Russia has a reason why they would like for this to happen. Let's continue with this. So listen.
Basically, we're just stuck working with him.
Well, so we're stuck. She says, so we're stuck working with him. Is that what you're saying? That we're going to use who everybody is calling a war criminal to represent us in negotiations with Iran? Are you putting this together? Does it make sense to anybody in this White House?
Well, again, I think how the president and any of the P5+1 partners or Europeans or others look at this is if we can achieve a diplomatic solution where we prevent Iran from acquiring a nuclear weapon.
It's a lie. It is not going to prevent them from acquiring a nuclear weapon. It's going to give them their opportunity to build their own nuclear weapon.
Despite the efforts by former President Trump to pull us out of the deal, allowing Iran to move closer to acquiring nuclear weapon, that would be good for our national security and good for global security around the world.
Okay, so is that what it is? Is it word games? Are we playing word games? Is that what this is? So when they say this deal is going to make it harder for Iran to acquire a nuclear weapon. Acquire. When you think of acquiring something, Jake, if I told you you were going to acquire something, is that the same thing as building it yourself?
No.
He didn't even wait 2 seconds. Even a millennial gets that. Acquiring something and building something yourself are two completely different things. Are you getting this?
Black and white.
Common sense. Common sense, everybody. So, more questions. So, what about this?
The Iran Nuclear Agreement Review Act says that Congress is required to review any new agreement. This is obviously not the same agreement that Obama worked on in 2015. Does President Biden believe that this treaty needs the advice and consent of Congress? And if so, does he believe he has the votes to lawfully affirm it?
These are great questions. Man, Jackie Heinrich, spot on. Hold on, does Congress have a say in this? 2015? This isn't even the same deal as 2015. We're negotiating a new deal. You can't go by the old deal and the terms of the old deal because this is a new deal. And Congress should have a say in this. Do they?
Well, if and when we have a deal, and we don't have a deal at this point, otherwise you would all know, we would carefully consider the facts and circumstances of any U.S. return to the JCPOA to determine the legal implications, including those.
By the way, she's reading this off a piece of paper, just so you know.
Under the Iran Nuclear Review Act of 2015, and we're committed to ensuring the requirements are satisfied. So certainly we would abide by that. But we have been keeping members very updated. We've been briefing them regularly. Brett McGurk conducted a call just a couple of days ago, and we've been briefing them with a range of national security officials.
Okay, so you're following this. So this administration is admitting that, listen, we're going to follow anything that took place in 2015, even though this is a brand new deal and a new Congress. So you would imagine that Congress should be consulting on this. But what they're saying is, we're doing with what we were told to do in 2015, but it's not the same thing. But hey, wink, wink, nod, nod. We got to hurry up and get this done because in 22, the chances are this Congress is going to have a completely different outlook on this, and then we're going to be in trouble. So the chances of the deal happening before November are really, really good. You have this administration and this White House, this president, who is allowing Russia, who we are told is being led by a war criminal, to make a deal with Iran, an Iranian nuclear deal, which is going to allow them to build their own, to create their own nuclear weapon, that that's okay, that is fine, that a war criminal would be our representative in this, that they would be the spokesperson for us in these negotiations, and that is okay. Do you see that there is a lot wrong with this? And good for Jackie Heinrich for bringing this up. And look, it gets even better. All right, so follow this.
And then has the IGRC done any, or rather the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, the IRGC, has it done anything to be eligible to be removed from the terror blacklist?
Now, the talk right now is that they're going to take the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, a Revolutionary Guard Corps, Islamic, that shot missiles just recently at our embassy in Iraq. One that is classified as a terrorist organization, and what she's asking is, are you going to remove them from the terror blacklist? Because they haven't really given any reason for them to be taken off the list. Have they done anything to be eligible to be removed? Because this is part of what Russia wants to do to make this deal happen. And the administration is basically saying, listen, whatever you guys got to do to make this happen, make it happen. So what does Jen Psaki say?
Well, I think you're asking me this because it's been out there as a possible discussion, but there's no deal at this point. So
okay. It's been out there as a possible discussion? Like, you are going to remove them from the terror blacklist watch list even after they fired missiles at our embassy in Iraq. You don't seem to see anything wrong with this, and you think that that's okay. We'll take them off of here because we desperately want this deal. Why do they want this deal? Why do they want it so desperately? And the last question she asked.
Outside of the deal, though, does it take action to be removed from that terror blacklist? Do you have to do something to get off of it?
You have to make a decision, yes.
Yeah, so you have to make the decision, yeah. Do you have to do something? What have you done? Well, we make the decision. Here's the bottom line. Those were great questions that really need to be answered properly, that the White House will not. So this is out there. Why is the Biden administration, and Joe Biden in particular, so desperate to get a JCPOA done, a Iranian nuclear deal done, with the help of Russia, who is representing us in these negotiations, who we are told is being led by a war criminal who does that, and allowing them to make this deal? Why are they so desperate to do it? And when you find out that there are tens of billions of dollars that Russia is going to make once Iran gets a nuclear weapon, which they will get, not because they're going to acquire it from somebody else, but they're going to create it on their own. And they're going to get rich off of it. Russia will. To the tunes of tens of billions of dollars. They will be a client of Russia. They're not going to come to us for parts. They're not going to come to us for weaponry. Why is this administration doing this? Why are they allowing this to happen? And the two things that jump off the page, and just be ready, Jake. Two things that jump off the page. And number one is the desperation of this administration, because it's the same people and the same parts, if you will, of the Obama administration that started this whole thing, that desperately wanted this, wants Iran to have this nuclear weapon. Is this because they believe that parity in the Middle East is going to keep things safe? Are they taking one side over the other? Is their hatred for Israel so deep that they want to see Iran have a nuclear weapon because they know what will happen next? Another part of this is the threat of nuclear. Do you understand how many times Vladimir Putin has threatened using nuclear weapons if you create a no-fly zone, if they get MiGs, if you use mustard on your hamburger, whatever it is, it doesn't make it. How many times he's threatened it? You don't think Iran sees that and says, hey, if we had a nuclear weapon, and we see how everybody cowers when we threaten to use it, imagine what we could do. And then the second part of this is the big one. Is the Biden administration and Joe Biden in particular doing this and allowing all of this to happen because of being compromised due to Hunter Biden and the information on the laptop and all the money for the big guy and all the laundering of money and the corruption that is out there, and he doesn't want that information to come out? Are we on the precipice of World War III because we're covering and the media decided to cover for Hunter Biden? Somebody's got to answer it. All right, it's Daybreak, 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
Keeping it right here. We're 92.5 Fox News. And we've been right all along.
Your new home is calling you to live the good life at a good price. River Hall in Hampton Lakes offers the most livable master planned neighborhood in the Gulf Coast with single-family homes from the mid-200s to the 800s. It's resort-style living with abundant recreation surrounding a Davis Love III Championship golf course, all just 20 minutes east of Fort Myers. See new model homes at livelargeforless.com. That's livelarge, the number 4, less.com.
Hello, folks. This is Representative Bob Rommel with this week's Florida Update. To close this year's legislative session, Florida lawmakers passed the largest budget in our state's history, a whopping $112.1 billion. For a second year in a row, our spending plan exceeded the $100 billion mark, but spending was not our focus in our conservative legislature. We passed the largest tax cut package in the history of Florida. It includes a month-long cash tax holiday, sales tax exemptions on back-to-school products and hurricane supplies, and property tax reductions. Unlike the liberals in Washington, conservatives in Florida put taxpayer first. We understand that free markets and low taxes keep our economy strong and workers employed. Florida, conservatives in charge, free markets, and no income tax. Let's keep it that way. This message was paid by me, Bob Rommel, Republican for State Representative.
Well, is the little pill working yet?
Men, these days could be a thing of the past. Hello, this is Dr. Lou Spangler at Neogenics. Recent advances in non-surgical treatment for erectile dysfunction, combining high-frequency shockwave therapy with the P-shot, which utilizes platelet-rich plasma, can help restore your virility. These treatments help restore blood flow to the penis and rejuvenate penile tissues, resulting in longer, stronger, firmer, more satisfying erections. Both treatments are simple, in-office procedures, and there is no pain and no downtime. You can resume all normal activities immediately after treatment, including sexual activity. Men, you don't have to suffer anymore. If you have erectile dysfunction or simply want to improve your sexual function, call Neogenics at 239-277-9999 for a free consultation. That's Neogenics at 277-9999. Again, 277-9999.
People often ask me, how much money do I have to pay you up front to be my personal lawyer? The answer is nothing. It's free unless we win. What about a slip and fall or car crash case? Free unless we win.
Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Hey, Sean Hannity here for DeVoe Cadillac. Now, you all know Cadillac is synonymous with quality. In fact, it has been the icon of American-made luxury vehicles for over 100 years. Now, DeVoe Cadillac has been in business for over 50 of those years. Now, they serve Southwest Florida as a family-owned and operated business. They've done it the whole time. The DeVoe family has embraced the same commitment to quality that Cadillac represents. Listen, I could drive whatever I like. And guess what? I choose Cadillac again and again and again because I love my Escalade. I really enjoy the comfort. I enjoy the safety, the style. And that's why, let's see, I've already purchased over 10 Cadillacs in my life. And my go-to dealer in Southwest Florida is DeVoe Cadillac. Now, I know they're going to take great care of you and your new Cadillac with expert service from the people who know it best. Get to know our friends at DeVoe Cadillac, your Cadillac dealer right here in Naples.
Imagine replacing your old kitchen with the kitchen of your dreams. Brand new custom-made cabinet doors. Drawer fronts, hand-finished by true craftsmen. Designer hardware, new hinges, and everything installed beautifully in less than a week, start to finish. Expensive? No. To the contrary, with refacing by Cornerstone, you'll save so much, we should really talk about your master bathroom, too. Go for wow. Go for Cornerstone.
At Mr. Sparky, we're America's on-time electrician. Ceiling fans are a great way for you and your family to keep cool, but sometimes they just don't work right. Well, don't get overheated. Call the pros. Trust the Mr. Sparky team of professional, clean, and friendly electricians. Call now for $77 off any repair.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Limitations and restrictions may apply. Independently owned and operated. Licensed in the respective state or county.
Dr. Shane Welker here at Thrive Chiropractic and host of the Wellness Hour on 92.5 Fox News for nearly 20 years. And let's face it, many of us are really stressed right now, and that is creating an increase in the number of folks who are dealing with neck pain, headaches, tension across the upper mid-back, anxiety and nervousness. And if you haven't experienced the release of tension that a chiropractic adjustment can produce within your nervous system, go to thrivenaples.com. That's Thrive, Thrive, Naples.com for a special offer. That's thrivenaples.com.
It's a new year and a great time to upgrade your cabinets. You want Sinclair quality. You want Sinclair craftsmanship. You want Sinclair cabinets. Sinclair Custom Homes now offers their handmade, built in the USA custom cabinets without having to purchase a Sinclair custom home. You can now have the same high-quality furniture finished cabinets in your existing home. Upgrade your kitchen, your bath, your closets, even your garage. For details, visit SinclairCabinets.com. That's SinclairCabinets.com.
Virtue, morality, and religion. This is the armor, my friend, and this alone that renders us invincible. These are the words of Patrick Henry, the same patriot who said, "Give me liberty or give me death." I'm Lieutenant Colonel Alan West of the American Constitutional Rights Union, and this is a Live Free Minute. The founders realized that tyrants want total obedience, and that means destroying or controlling the faith of their subjects. American Constitutional Rights Union defends religious liberty in the courts and in the public square. Recently, we have helped churches under attack by bureaucrats who have used COVID as an excuse to threaten closure. We ask you to join us in helping Americans stand up to tyrants, because without the right to practice our faith, we can't live free. This Live Free Minute is brought to you by the American Constitutional Rights Union, a national nonprofit based in Naples, Florida. If you'd like to support our work, visit livefreeminute.org.
This break is sponsored by Cornerstone Builders. Give us the opportunity to wow you.
Wink News, traffic.
If you're out on the roads in Lee County this morning, I-75 is seeing some minor delays as you head southbound past Corkscrew Road and the Miramar outlets. Big story of the morning, though, in Lehigh. State Road 82 closed from 40th Street to Gunnery Road and Daniels, where that turns into. Seeing significant delays on Gunnery Road, both north and southbound directions, just past 82. And then a crash just southeast of that on Sunshine Boulevard in 82. Major backups on Sunshine, both north and southbound. Just avoid that whole area in 82 if you can. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wirtz, Wink News.
Wink Weather Authority.
Get ready for a day of near-record heat today as we climb back to 90 degrees. Look for plenty of sunshine with a few clouds building towards this afternoon. We may see a few showers and storms focused east of the I-75 corridor late this afternoon and into this evening. But if you're west of that and closer to the coast, you should remain dry. Passing clouds as we head into your Saturday night. We cool down to 69, waking up in your Saturday morning to a dry start. We're back to 89 degrees for your Saturday afternoon with a few more thunderstorms focused inland once again. Our next cold front begins to move through for Sunday. Isolated rain and thunderstorms possible with that one, with the high of 87 on Sunday afternoon. Not much of a cool down behind that, but we should see a slight drop in humidity by Monday. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Need some inspiration? Don't look left. Look right. Here. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hi, I'm Stuart Duncan here at Duncan's Diamonds. Did you know that people drive from all over Southwest Florida to save money on diamonds? We have thousands of diamonds in all shapes, all sizes, 1/2 carat to 10 carat. Here's Sherilyn to tell you more.
Because we are direct diamond importers, we own one of the largest selections of amazing diamonds here in the United States. Duncan's Diamonds handpicks diamonds from diamond cutters all over the world to ensure you get the best. Also view one of the best previously enjoyed Rolex collections in Southwest Florida. The best selection of the best possible prices.
We want you to find that diamond or previously enjoyed Rolex that you really, really love and save. Come to Duncan's Diamonds today and leave confident you will receive the highest quality at the best possible price.
Duncan's Diamonds. 3 great locations in Fort Myers on US 41 and the Gulf Coast Town Center and Naples at Mercado.
Yikes! $100? Paying that much is just a pain in the gas. Get to the gas payoff event at Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral. Through Monday, buy a new Nissan and we'll pay for your fuel. Not just a tank, not just for a month, but for an entire year, your gas bill is on us. Plus, trade in your gas guzzler to a fuel-efficient new Nissan or a certified pre-owned Nissan. Sutherland Nissan has tons of models that get over 30 miles per gallon. As the #1 certified pre-owned dealer, you'll find the vehicle you're looking for and pay thousands less. And through Monday only, buy a new Nissan and pay $0 for gas for the next year. Save when you buy, save on the road, and save on gas. Don't miss the gas payoff event through Monday only at Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral, your used car megastore. Online at flnissan.com. If you don't shop Sutherland, you'll pay too much.
See dealer for details.
As a great poet once wrote, choosing one path over another makes all the difference. Now consider that each space reimagined by Closet Factory brims with features, each of which reflect a choice made to make things more efficient. The result? A room built of dozens of good choices that, by design, don't just keep things in your home more organized, but in living with it makes you more organized. Designed and engineered for a better you. That's how we build it at Closet Factory and ClosetFactory.com.
Great season's closed. Rockstar Harley needs used bikes and is giving NADA retail value when trading for a new Harley this week. No matter how much you owe on it, Rockstar Harley will trade anything. Bikes, cars, ATVs, RVs, and more. NADA retail value for your motorcycle. Good credit, bad credit, no credit at Rockstar Harley. All credit applications considered. Rockstar Harley-Davidson is the #1 volume Harley dealer in Florida with rates such as 0.99% APR. Retail trade value ends this Sunday.
Liberals suck. That's why we have Clay and Buck. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton. Today, noon to 3 on 92.5 Fox News. Right, all along. This is Daybreak with Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
I had accidentally got the address wrong. The address became the house right next door. The bed was made and ready to go, and there were 2 clean folded towels on the bed waiting for me. The next morning, I get woken up by like a knock on the door. I was surprised the guy knocked on his own door, and he goes, "This is my house." And I'm like sleeping. I'm like, no, this is an Airbnb that I rented. No, this is my house. I've stayed in hundreds of Airbnbs, and I've never had this happen before.
This can't be true. So a guy's visiting South Florida. He goes to Miami. All right, so right there, maybe there's some truth to this. So the guy goes to Miami. I don't know where he's from. He thinks that he's going to be spending a night in an Airbnb that he booked. So he goes to the Airbnb, and he goes into the house, and he finds a bed with a couple of towels, laid out. So he's like, okay, I'm going to go sleep here. So he sleeps, wakes up, and it turns out that he's in a complete stranger's house. The guy comes home and he's like, "What are you doing in my house?" He's like, "I'm in an Airbnb." He's like, "This is my house. It's not an Airbnb. This is in Miami." And that was the guy explaining what happened, how he showed up at somebody else's house. There's too many weird things going on. How do you walk into somebody's house? It just happened to be that a guy in the house next door had a bed with towels already laid out. I mean, do people do that? I don't know. Maybe I need to read the story a little more, but there's something weird about that. How did he get into the house?
It's a very good question.
I don't know if the article answers it, but it happened in Florida. So, of course, everybody's like, "Oh, you're from Florida. You're just a bunch of dummies." It would only be happening in Florida. It wouldn't happen anyplace else.
They're not wrong.
This wouldn't happen in New York. Okay, gotcha.
Or would it?
Of course it would. It would happen any place, but I just don't. There's too many holes in this story. Because I'm sorry, it's 2 a.m. The guy shows up at the Airbnb and he gets into the house, and there just happens to be a bedroom with towels laid out, ready to go, and the guy who owns the house isn't home. I don't know. Too weird. There's a lot of weird things going on right now. 239-479-5592. Miranda Devine is going to join us at 8:05, so get ready for that. She wrote the book Laptop from Hell, New York Post article about exposing the Hunter Biden laptop and everything that's in it. And then, of course, if you put it out on social media, the New York Post, and they get taken down and you got taken down and, big tech and how that works. And so we're going to have a conversation about the latest revelations, a couple of things that are going on. Not only did the New York Times finally say, hey, yeah, all right, maybe the laptop, everybody said it was Russian disinformation. Maybe it's authentic. And also that there's a DOJ investigation on Hunter Biden for foreign lobbying violations. Huh. Maybe even some money laundering? Huh. All right, so we'll talk about that coming up. Miranda Devine coming up at 8:05. All right, some of the other stories that are out, kind of skimming some of the headlines that are out there, not just that story, but let's see what, okay, you ready for this, Jake? There's been a Dr. Fauci sighting, everybody. Yeah, it can't be good.
Man's like Sasquatch.
Yeah. Well, what is like a...
Or Bigfoot.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a good example because that means that that everybody saw Bigfoot for a long time and Bigfoot came out of the woods and said, oh, you people wear masks, and then all of a sudden went away and now you can't find him. I don't know that Sasquatch or Bigfoot did that.
What if he is Bigfoot?
What if Fauci is Bigfoot? Well,
an ancient humanoid being from ancient Earth.
That part could be true, although, I mean, he's been on the Earth long enough, and certainly he's been in the NIH long enough. But here's the other thing. Bigfoot, Fauci, have you seen how big Fauci is? Fauci and big probably don't go together in any way. He's a diminutive guy.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah, so anyway, there was a sighting. And there was one TV outlet, I don't know where they are, but they were reporting on some of the things that he said yesterday. And here you go. You ready for this one?
We have to be careful that if we do see a surge as a result of that we're flexible enough to reinstitute the kinds of interventions that could be necessary to stop an additional surge.
That could mean a return of mandatory masking, especially in areas of high transmission.
No. So Fauci's saying, hey, listen, we're hearing about coronavirus spikes in China, and, they try to do a zero COVID policy in China. Ask Australia and New Zealand how that worked out. Yeah, you can't do zero when it comes to COVID. Stop that nonsense. So there he is saying, we might have to reinstitute some restrictions, maybe some forced masking. Nothing to see here. Everything is fine. You'll all go along with it. You're good little boys and girls.
Remember, the CDC said that pulling back on the metrics and letting there be more openness with regard to masking, we need to be ready, if necessary, to pivot back and maybe pull in a little bit more of the masking.
No, we're not going back. No, we're not going back.
So he comes out of his cage, he comes out of his cave in the Appalachian Mountains to tell us to put our masks back on?
Why does it have to be the Appalachians? It could be the Everglades. You don't know if it's...
I guess you're right. It could be the swamp. Swamp Yeti.
It could be the Swamp Yeti. Is that what it is? It's not the Swamp Yeti. We already been through this. The one in the Everglades is... it's a swamp cabbage. Okay. No, I don't know what it is. But anyway, the point is that it's weird. Like, why is Fauci coming out now and saying, there might be something that could be happening or something could go down or we might have to go back, maybe pull in a little bit more of the masking up and mandates on vaccinating and fourth, fifth, 10th time. I mean, Pfizer is like, hey, we need a fourth booster. Of course, Pfizer makes the booster. So that's really funny. It's like, eat more chocolate, says the Chocolate Association. But there you go. It's almost as if, I'm just throwing this out there. This is me just being ridiculous. And even Nancy Pelosi would laugh. This is me just throwing this out there. It's almost as if Fauci comes out of the woodwork or the swamp or wherever he is to let everybody know that, oh boy, there's some cases popping up and, we got to be careful of this and we might have to get back to kind of some of the things that we were doing before because, man, if for some reason this war in Ukraine was suddenly or somehow able to wrap up and it stops and it's off the headlines, where else do you go? Or maybe that there might be something else that needs to come on the headlines, especially considering the latest news that I just described about Hunter Biden being investigated for foreign lobbying violations. I'm skeptical about the DOJ and investigating Hunter Biden because Joe Biden's the president of the United States. And you might say that an investigation might be being taken over by the DOJ to kind of, I don't know, put it on ice or say that they're doing something. I don't know. Just putting that out there. All right, what else? Oh, skunk ape. It's a skunk ape. It's not a swamp cabbage. It's a skunk ape. How did we not remember
I think
that?
the swamp yeti sounds way cooler though, but I guess.
No, because you
got like scales like a crocodile.
No, because the experts know if you combine the skunk ape with the yeti, yeti is the one that's in a different location. So, right, the yeti is from, I don't know where the yeti's from. The yeti's from
the Appalachian.
No, the Appalachian is Bigfoot. Yeti is the one that's in like some other continent. I don't know which continent. The Asian continent, right? Isn't it somewhere in China or something like that? I don't know. But anyway, so it's
pretty big. So
it's right, and so Yeti in the mountains there, right? Probably by the mountains. Yeti refers to, so they have to have a different hair, right? The hair's different. It's maybe a little thicker than, because listen, if you're a skunk ape, your hair's not as thick as the Yeti because it's colder there, and it's not. I don't know what.
Oh, you think they're wearing masks?
I think we should demand that they do. Hey, I don't know if you know this, but Joe Biden is president of the United States. One of the things that he gets to do as president of the United States, and one of the reasons why many people wanted to vote against Joe Biden as president of the United States, was not just
true international effort to pressure.
It wasn't just that, but it's also that if there were a change in the Supreme Court, that he would have the opportunity to choose someone to replace that Supreme Court justice. And I don't know if you know this, but Joe Biden's Supreme Court pick had championed some pretty interesting things in her career. Ketanji Brown Jackson. And her legal philosophy is one that people should question. And I wonder if Republicans will have enough stones to question her on Capitol Hill, or if they're going to listen to Democrats like Dick Durbin and others that are like, hey, listen, you guys have to be respectful. I mean, this is a Supreme Court nominee. You know how we're respectful when Donald Trump chose a Supreme Court nominee. You remember how respectful we were on the process? You better not bring anything up because this process needs to be... No, I'm not kidding. That's exactly what they said. Well, it was Christopher Rufo and others, the Daily Wire, were saying, hey, why was she championing advocates of critical race theory in some lecture and speeches? Why is it that this Supreme Court nominee Jackson was lecturing people praising the 1619 Project? By the way, if you don't know about that, argues that the U.S. is a fundamentally racist country, and 1619 was when it was founded and was when we brought slavery to this nation. And there has never been in the history of mankind any slavery, any place, anywhere, except for the United States in 1619. It wasn't the United States then, but that's just it's small little details. But we're not going to go there because that she specifically cited sections of the 1619 Project that takes issue with Americans being, quote, raised to think about 1776 as the beginning of our democracy. No, that's not it. As a matter of fact, I read 1619. When 20 to 30 Africans who had been captured in their homeland arrived in the colonies by ship and were exchanged for goods. And this is what she talked about. And she highlighted the irony of situations where people have been talking about Thomas Jefferson and the self-evident that all men are created equal. Well, wait, hold on a second. And then she goes on to parrot the critical race theory, diversity, equity, and inclusion 1619 Project people that are out there who basically hate the country. 2015, she gave 2 lectures about fairness in sentencing, which she said she tries to convince her students that sentencing, quote, melds together myriad types of laws, including critical race theory. Wait a minute. Even she is saying that critical race theory needs to be at play when it comes to sentencing and fairness in sentencing? Okay. I thought critical race theory didn't exist. I thought that was ridiculous. And why are you mentioning it? If you're showing up at school board meetings and concerned about the teaching of critical race theory, you're ridiculous because critical race theory isn't being taught in schools and nobody's even talking about it. You're the only one that's talking about it, except in 2015. Joe Biden's Supreme Court nominee apparently was giving lectures about fairness in sentencing, and we have to take critical race theory into consideration when it comes to that and the intersection of... That's a problem, right? Oh, there's even more questions about her as well. One of them in particular is quite disturbing to some folks, and one of them being Mike Lee. And if I can find what Mike Lee said on Twitter yesterday as I'm combing through my Twitter feed, it's kind of a big deal. But let's just put it this way. I'm pretty confident that if some of the things that we are starting to find out about Joe Biden's Supreme Court selection are true, then there are some huge questions as to whether or not she should be the next Supreme Court Justice of the United States, and that Republicans are going to have to push back hard against this nomination with facts. Not with hyperbole, not with lies, but with facts, and cannot be bullied by Democrats who are going to try to, laughingly enough, make the case that no, we're not allowed to push back because we're respectful here. And when it comes to the Supreme Court of the United States, the stature and the innocence and the way we should be when it comes... Okay, Kavanaugh. Yeah. We'll see. Now, if you're asking me whether I believe Republicans have the stones to stand up, what's the opposite of yes? All right, 239-479-5592. Let's do this right now. Drew's College of Political Knowledge, 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. I need caller number 9 right now for you looking at me at drewsteele.com to call right now and be the 9th caller, because you will play Drew's College and win a $35 certificate to the great Alda's Diner at the corner of 951 and Vanderbilt Beach Road right now. For Drew's College next on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
After Drew, it's Glenn Beck 9 till noon. You've come to the right place. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Of Key City Capital. And we have been actively investing in strong cash flowing real estate right here in South Florida for over 10 years. And if you're like us, you're looking to achieve strong investment returns in your portfolio, but you definitely don't want to take aggressive risks. Well, Key City Capital was founded to achieve this goal, and we have done that since inception. For over 10 years, we have generated safe, secure, consistent double-digit returns for our investors without risking a penny of their principal. And we can do that for you too.
Call Key City Capital today to reserve a spot for our next dinner event. Call 239-330-2080. That's 239-330-2080. Check us out online at kcap925.com. That's kcap925.com.
Hey guys, it's health and fitness expert Robbie Raw. You've heard how much I love my arch supports from the Good Feet store. Now I want you to hear from someone else who's taken my advice.
Hi, I'm Dr. Julie Caton. I have always enjoyed walking, but have had severe pain in my leg and ankle. I heard about the Good Feet store from Robbie and decided to get my own arch supports. I was pleasantly surprised to discover their 3-step support system, which fits in all of my different shoes. I absolutely love them. And now I'm back to enjoying my nature walks, my dog walks, and any form of exercise. I thank Robbie for her advice and the Good Feet store for giving me my active life back.
Friends, if you have knee, hip, or back pain, don't wait. Visit the Good Feet store and take back your life. You know, what you do today will affect the quality of your life later. And nothing changes if nothing changes. Decide today to live your best life. You are worth it, and that's the raw truth.
As a small business owner, your bottom line is always top of mind. So start saving by switching to Comcast Business Mobile. It's a mobile service designed for small business that can save you money with unlimited data for just $24 per line per month for 10 lines. Perfect for any small business looking to grow. Or you can pay by the gig. And with access to millions of Wi-Fi hotspots, you'll pay only for the data you need, with no line fees, activation costs, or term contracts. You can save up to $500 a year on your wireless bill, all on the most reliable 5G network. And it's only available to Comcast Business Internet customers. So boost your business's bottom line with a more reliable, more affordable mobile service by switching to Comcast Business Mobile today. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Comcast Business Mobile utilizes the network with the most RootMetrics 5G data reliability assessment wins in 2H 2021. Wi-Fi networks not tested. Results may vary. Award is not an endorsement.
American-made plantation shutters for you. Your best choice for plantation shutters. Custom measured and installed. Built to last forever. Call for a free consultation. Discounts for military and first responders. If you support Biden or the 2020 election results, don't call us. PlantationShuttersForYou.com.
Looking for a reputable HVAC service provider? 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating of Naples provides a high level of service and value to our clients. To learn more, visit onehourairnaples.com or call 855-1HOUR.
Whether you're commuting to the office or driving to the beach, always stay to the right with 92.5 Fox News. Right all along. In the morning and at night, we're the station that gets it right. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
Spend time and money on spring break and enjoying the outdoors and save on your insurance. Hi, this is Brian Chapman at Chapman Insurance Group. Now is the time for spring cleaning. Cleaning up your policies and finding savings where you can. If spring means a move, a new car, or new drivers hitting the road, then consider us for help reevaluating coverage and costs. At Chapman Insurance Group, we can save you money for the same or better insurance coverage. Visit CIGFlorida.com, Naples, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Port Charlotte, and Punta Gorda. CIGFlorida.com.
Visit the Diamond District this weekend, March 18th, 19th, and 20th, for the biggest diamond sale of the year. Tacori, America's top bridal designer, will join the Diamond District, and with your Tacori purchase of $2,500 or more, you'll receive a free 6 to 7 millimeter pearl necklace and matching bracelet.
Plantation Shutters for You is your best choice for plantation shutters. Custom measured and installed just for you. Call today for a free consultation. Discount to military, first responders, and Biden voters who wish they voted for Trump now, as well as Trump voters. PlantationShuttersForYou.com.
Hey, it's Drew Steele talking about my friends at Amco of Bonita Springs, 992-2626. That's 992-2626. Whatever is going on with your vehicle, they will fix it and fix it right. They are a great conservative business. And I can tell you they have a great local reputation for doing good work. And they also have an awesome customer base. It's been established over the past 13 years. So give them a call at 239-992-2626 so you can arrange to meet with them. Let them know you heard about it right here on 92.5 Fox News and Drew Steele. By the way, talk about great conservatives. They've built the American Spirit Movement, a place where conservative consumers and businesses can connect in 5 critical areas. You know, you've got your vote, but you also have your wallet, the cash register, supporting conservative businesses. So go to the American Spirit Marketplace. You can keep conservative dollars in conservative pockets. Block by block, city by city, states by state. We're going to build this up. Go to the American Spirit Movement website at americanspiritmovement.com. It's more than a conservative movement. It's a conservative awakening.
This news update is presented by New South Window Solutions. Find them online at newsouthwindow.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Watching a crash with injuries out of Fort Myers, I-75 southbound just near MLK. Traffic on that on-ramp getting onto 75 at a very slow crawl right now. We know there are injuries. If you can hop on the interstate a little bit later, I would, just to avoid this whole scene. Also, State Road 82 is closed. Traffic in the westbound direction. You're not going to be able to get through there from 40th Street to Gunnery Road and Daniels. Avoid 82 if you can, because also watching a crash on Sunshine Boulevard and State Road 82. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wertz, Wink News.
Wink Weather Authority.
Get ready for a day of near-record heat today as we climb back to 90 degrees. Look for plenty of sunshine with a few clouds building towards this afternoon. We may see a few showers and storms focused east of the I-75 corridor late this afternoon and into this evening. But if you're west of that and close to the coast, you should remain dry. Passing clouds as we head into your Saturday night. We cool down to 69, waking up in your Saturday morning to a dry start. We're back to 89 degrees for your Saturday afternoon with a few more thunderstorms focused inland once again. Our next cold front begins to move through for Sunday. Isolated rain and thunderstorms possible with that one, with the high of 87 on Sunday afternoon. Not much of a cool down behind that, but we should see a slight drop in humidity by Monday. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Got friends and family living far away? Tell them to stream the best station yet at rightallalong.net, the online home of 92.5 Fox News.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. If you need new windows or doors for your home, heads up, this message is for you. New South is having a one-day factory sale this Saturday only in our factory showroom. 40% off high-performance award-winning windows, 40% off energy-efficient windows and patio doors, 40% off our factory direct products installed. Bring in your measurements for on-the-spot pricing or call today. One day only, this Saturday from 9 till 4. New South windows are made in Florida, for Florida homes, by Florida workers, and we guarantee them for life. Please visit us at newsouthwindow.com.
I'm Harvey Massey. At Massey Services, we know every lawn is unique and requires customized care. That's why our environmental approach includes aeration, which allows water and nutrients to reach the roots of your lawn, as well as an irrigation program which ensures proper coverage and reduces water waste. With Massey's Green Up program, you'll enjoy a healthy and a beautiful lawn year-round. That's Massey Services. Expect more and get it.
Searching everywhere for great prices on appliances? No, you're not, because you have better things to do. Besides, Good Deals has it for less, and they have plenty of items in stock despite shortages everywhere else. Remember, Good Deals guarantees the lowest price on everything they sell. Find a lower price anywhere, and Jay will beat it, guaranteed. Visit one of the showrooms in Fort Myers, Naples, and Cape Coral, or shop online at gooddealsappliances.com.
Good Deals Appliances. Have we got a deal for you?
Well, hello there. I am the Guitar Hotel. I have over 3,000 of the newest slot machines and nearly 200 table games with real cards and real dealers. Come experience my incredible lineup of restaurants, bars, and of course, Hard Rock Live. Or spend a day soaking up the sun in my 18 acres of poolside paradise. I can't wait to meet you. Visit hardrockholly.com to find out more.
If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
You're invited to visit the United Fidelity Bank on Metro Parkway. Let us help you save with our market-leading CD rates. Our 6-month CD currently earns 0.50% APY. Compare and invest with United Fidelity Bank 6-month CD that earns 0.50% APY. Only at United Fidelity Bank. A penalty may be imposed for early withdrawal. Annual percentage yield current as of 2/18/2022. Minimum deposit of $1,000 required to open CD. 6-month CD renews automatically.
Discover thousands of dollars in new tax credits with Jackson Hewitt. Get a head start on your taxes. Schedule an appointment with one of their tax pros and learn more at jacksonhewitt.com.
Thank you for waking us all up out here, for all you do. And
thank you for giving us the voice.
For being out there helping to keep the constitutional republic.
I want to thank you for
your support for veterans in the military.
Educating us.
Standing up for conservatism.
Giving us the truth.
Daybreak with Drew Steele.
Just seems like the timing is very odd in all of this at this moment in time in our history. All of a sudden now we've got Hunter Biden back in the news, the laptop from hell, and there's one person who knows better than just about anybody about the laptop from hell, the way people were treated if they brought up the laptop from hell of Hunter Biden, and that would be Miranda Devine, journalist for the New York Post and the Daily Telegraph, author of the best-selling book, Laptop from Hell, Hunter Biden, Big Tech, and the Dirty Secrets of the President Tried to Hide, and she's joining us right now on Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News. It's Drew Steele. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. How are you?
Yes, I'm very well, thank you. How are you, Drew?
Oh, we're doing well, and I'll tell you, the fact that this is coming up now and some of the things that I wanted to discuss, obviously it is unbelievable that now the New York Times is admitting what everybody pretty much already knew, that you already knew about the laptop. And there may be some people that would ask how you feel being vindicated and all, but again, a lot of people are asking about why now? Why is it that it seems at this moment that this is coming up And there's some investigations and some things that are happening through the DOJ that we're hearing about. I mean, is that what you think right now, that maybe there are some things that are going to come up or finally coming out through the Justice Department that maybe we need to talk about, including tax issues and money laundering?
Yes, well, look, we know that the grand jury that's going on in Delaware into Hunter Biden's various criminal activities, let's say. So there's a criminal investigation into his tax affairs, also into a potential money laundering and violation of the foreign agent registration laws. So that's been going on for a long time. Now, I thought it was 2018. The New York Times is now claiming that this is predates the Trump administration. It goes back to the Obama-Biden administration. So we know that's been going on, and we know that it's started to gather some speed because there have been a few high-profile people that have started to appear before it, including Hunter Biden's baby mama, who was there a couple of months ago, testifying to his spending habits. So we know all that, and it must be coming to fruition, because what we saw in the New York Times yesterday was basically a rehearsal of Hunter Biden's defense, how he was going to get out of these problems, and, saying that he'd already paid $1 million in tax, and that, the foreign agent thing he would be able to fix by registering now and have it work retroactively, and therefore the money laundering charge, normally it doesn't get brought because it never gets brought as a standalone issue. Now, I've spoken to lawyers about that, and they say absolutely not. So it's obviously just a kite that they're flying to see if it'll work, and what the reaction will be.
Yeah, certainly my first reaction is there has to be a reason. There's got to be a reason why all of a sudden the New York Times decided to say this. The first thing that came to mind. And the second thing is, and you mentioned this at the New York Post, and this is an important piece of all of this as well. Here we go again with this talk, and we've heard so many times about Russian disinformation. How many times it was used against you and others, and even the thing that I've talked to people about. I had a conversation over the weekend about. It just seems really odd that that Vladimir Putin was being used as the tool to be the person that is discussed about Trump and Vladimir Putin being together and working in cahoots to rig an election, and their friends and everything else, and how Democrats really took a real chance in making him the person, almost as if they didn't feel like he's as much of a threat as they described and have been describing, because you wouldn't certainly throw him into the mix if you felt like he was a threat to, let's say, launch a nuke or something like that. But putting that aside, the Russian disinformation and the 50 former intelligence officials, Miranda, they flat out lied. And we're not talking about just anybody. The names should be something that will remind people of Russiagate and some of the things that they had said before about Russian disinformation.
Well, yes, and look, it's pretty obvious that the New York Times, which has ignored this story 16 months ago before the election when it actually counted, now they're freeing up their reporters to go and pursue it because it doesn't matter. Because at the time, 16 months ago, when the New York Post was reporting on the contents of the laptop and the wrongdoing it showed of what Joe Biden was doing overseas with all these foreign countries, giving his family money, his using and abusing his power as vice president. That was an election-losing revelation, and of course, the rest of the media didn't want that to get out, didn't want the American people to know about it. But as for Russian disinformation, it is really reckless of the Democratic Party. For the last 6 years, they have used the phrase Russian disinformation as a domestic weapon against their political enemies. Yep. And they crippled Donald Trump's presidency for, the first 3 years by accusing him of being a patsy of the Kremlin, an set of Vladimir Putin. It was not true, as we know from the Mueller report and so on, but it didn't stop them. Now, when we at the New York Post published this bombshell story about the revelations in Hunter Biden's laptop 3 weeks before the 2020 election, what happened? You had John Brennan and James Clapper and Leon Panetta and Michael Hayden and about 50 of these former senior intelligence officials came out with this scurrilous letter claiming that the laptop and the material in it, and by extension our reporting, was Russian disinformation in their expert opinion, even though they had not looked at any of the material. So that was used by Joe Biden to get off the hook. And those people, to this day, those former intelligence officials are appearing on CNN and MSNBC as esteemed experts on the war in Ukraine. And really, their reputations are shredded. They should not be heard from again.
Right. Absolutely. Miranda Devine joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, journalist for the New York Post, and obviously the author of the best-selling book, Laptop from Hell. And I would encourage you not to get one, but two. Go buy them today because you may need another copy, because if you're walking down the street and somebody says, oh, Hunter Biden, it's a nothing burger or whatever they want to say. I don't know what they would say. Hand them the book. But here's the thing, Miranda, about that. This whole nothing burger, and people might say, what's the big deal? You got Hunter Biden with some pornography, some things that are questionable on there. He's a nasty guy. What's the big deal? It's a little more than that. In a lot of different ways. And one of them might be even, the money for the big guy, the Biden who was more than happy not too long ago to talk about getting that prosecutor fired because, I said so. And we'd have to do this. And there we go, Shokin. And then all the questions about money and how all of this fits into play, right? I mean, that's a big part of this. And Hunter Biden's in the middle of all of the, I guess you could say, the laundering and the exchanges and the moving of money and parts. I mean, that's how big this is.
Yes, well, it's interesting. The idea that this is a nothing burger is abounding online. There seems to be a real campaign by bots or by defenders of the Biden regime, which is, pretty coordinated. And one of their main excuses is they say, well, I didn't notice that Hunter Biden is president. They deliberately missed the point here. The laptop, the story about the laptop, and it's not just the laptop, it's the material that buttresses it, and from Tony Bobulinski, who was Hunter Biden's business partner. He's handed over all the contents of his devices and all the WhatsApp messages and emails and documents. He handed them to the FBI back in 2020, late 2020. And he was willing, he gave a press conference, and the New York Times and so on were not interested in talking to him. And also there's the material that the Johnson-Grassley Senate report discovered, a lot of Treasury reports, suspicious activity reports of money coming into bank accounts from suspect sources, bank accounts, of course, associated with the Biden family. So there's a lot of evidence there, and where it all leads to, it's Joe Biden, because this is really not a story about Hunter Biden, who is a pathetic figure, really, a long-time crack addict, apparently now reformed, so good for him. But this is a story about his father and about the fact that he, as vice president, he expanded internationally the influence peddling scheme. He'd been running for 40 years in Delaware as a senator, and he used his son as a bagman. And there's ample evidence on the laptop and among Tony Bobulinski's material that Joe Biden financially benefited from this scheme. And, there, as you just mentioned, 10% for the big guy. That's some documents there showing that one of the Chinese deals that Hunter and his business partners drew up, Hunter was to reserve 10% for his father, Joe Biden. Yeah. And then there is some evidence of mingling of finances between Joe and Hunter, of shared bank accounts and shared debit cards, and also that Hunter Biden was paying for some of Joe Biden's bills. Now, there's not a lot of evidence, but there is a little bit, and it's probably the tip of the iceberg that Hunter was paying for, an AT&T phone bill every month for Joe. He was paying for upkeep of one of his Delaware mansions, things like painting and replacing shutters and air conditioning, a few thousand here and a few thousand there. So, and also we have from Hunter's own lips, he's spoken quite often on the laptop. There are emails and various documents in which he complains bitterly to friends and family about having to give half his salary to his father, about paying for everything for this family for years and not getting any gratitude. So I think for any investigators who wanted to pull on the thread, it leads pretty quickly to Joe Biden, the president.
Yeah, and before we go, last question I would ask, and thank you for the time. I do appreciate it. I know you're going to be busy today, but is this. When you talk about monies and where these monies are coming from, the familiar names come up. It's China, it's Ukraine, it's Russia, right? I mean, these are where these monies and the trail leads. So the question might be asked, is Joe Biden compromised?
Well, that's the $64,000 question, isn't it? And look, what we know is that his family received tens of millions of dollars from China, from Russia, from Ukraine, from oligarchs. Right. Russian oligarchs who are currently sanctioned. Hunter Biden used to play with them. He would go to Lake Como. He would go to Moscow. He would go to Monte Carlo. He would stay in their houses. He would visit them. He would, play on their yachts with them. He would go to the hotels that they like to frequent. He received money from them, he and his partners. And so I think that it's, it stands to reason, therefore, that at least those countries and unsavory people in those countries know a hell of a lot about the president and his son. So, we can only assume that Joe Biden is compromised in the eyes of Russia and China and Ukraine, let's say, three of the most important countries at the moment. Mm-hmm. So everybody knows about it. I mean, China knows about it. Russia knows about it. Ukraine knows about it. The only people that don't know all the facts about this are the American people. Yeah. And that is in large part because there has been an incredibly incurious media when it comes to wrongdoing by the Bidens.
Yeah, and big tech, who I don't even have to tell you how many people were taken down and silenced and unbelievable things that you can read about. Get the book, get more than one book. Laptop from Hell, Hunter Biden, Big Tech, and Dirty Secrets the President Tried to Hide. Miranda Devine, journalist from the New York Post, joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. You are the best, an incredible book, incredible work, and we look forward to more of your work on the way as well. And all the best. Thank you for spending some time with us this morning. We do appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Drew.
All right, we'll see you soon. 239-479-5592. Whoa. And again, as we started off the conversation, as the DOJ is investigating this foreign lobbying and, criminal violations, tax laws, money laundering, money for the big guy, things that you weren't allowed to talk about not too long ago. And even the New York Post and Miranda Devine and others being shut down and silenced. What do you say now? Seriously, what do you say now? And again, the $64 million question is this. Why does Joe Biden not want to help to arm Ukraine to fight against Russia? Why is it that the denial of MiGs happens under Joe Biden's watch? Because, it could be the start of World War III. I mean, if Vladimir Putin said, you put mustard on that hamburger and we're going to start a war, you get to dictate the rules over anything you feel. It's almost as if you've got something on somebody. And if somebody were compromised in the White House, wouldn't we want to know? And what do we do? Stay Break 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
The news you need. The host you trust. Getting it right all day and all night. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Does market turbulence and economic turmoil have you worried about your retirement nest egg? I'm Alfie Townsend. Learn how to navigate these uncertain times. Tune in to Saving the Investor radio show every Saturday at 9 a.m. or visit us at savingtheinvestor.com.
Hello, Floridians. Today is a good day to do great things. Yes! Like finally getting your closet organized. Or fixing your water heater so you can enjoy warm, steamy showers. Oh, yeah! Do something great today by calling Plumbing Today to take care of all your plumbing needs. Right now, get our 93 or free drain clearing and get the best from today.
Call today, Plumbing Today, plumbingtoday.biz.
Visit plumbingtoday.biz to book an appointment.
Big Life, a Naples-based worldwide disciple-making ministry, invites you to a special celebration. Tuesday, March 22nd, from 6 to 8:30 p.m. at the Ritz-Carlton, Naples Beach Resort. Enjoy a keynote address from Task Force Pineapple's retired Lieutenant Colonel and former Green Beret, Scott Mann, recently seen on Fox News. Hear how thousands of Muslims are coming to Jesus in Afghanistan and beyond. This dinner event is free, but seating is limited. Register now at big.life.
Yikes! $100? Paying that much is just a pain in the gas. Get to the gas payoff event at Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral. Through Monday, buy a new Nissan and we'll pay for your fuel. Not just a tank, not just for a month, but for an entire year. Your gas bill is on us. Plus, trade in your gas guzzler to a fuel-efficient new Nissan or a certified pre-owned Nissan. Sutherland Nissan has tons of models that get over 30 miles per gallon. As the #1 certified pre-owned dealer, you'll find the vehicle you're looking for and pay thousands less. And through Monday only, buy a new Nissan and pay $0 for gas for the next year. Save when you buy, save on the road, and save on gas. Don't miss the gas payoff event through Monday only at Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral, your used car megastore. Online at flnissan.com. If you don't shop Sutherland, you'll pay too much.
See dealer for details.
Getting older has its advantages. Early bird dinners, senior discounts, day drinking. If you're one of the millions turning 65 soon, it might be time to take a look at your insurance options. Original Medicare, Medicare Advantage, so much to keep in mind. At Millennium Physician Group, half our patients are 65 plus. No matter what insurance benefits you choose, make sure your Millennium primary care doctor is part of your plan and your connection to a healthier life. Millennium Physician Group. Connect today. 844-CALL MPG, millenniumphysician.com.
Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano believes winning cases is no accident. Your case is important. Pick a firm with resources to actually prosecute your case. If your case is accepted, you're guaranteed to not pay a single penny in fees or costs unless you get a favorable settlement or verdict. Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano has over 35 years of experience handling personal injury cases in Florida. Visit ldtlaw.com for a free consultation today. Winning is no accident. Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano. ldtlaw.com.
Visit the Diamond District this weekend, March 18th, 19th, and 20th, for the biggest diamond sale of the year. Takori, America's top bridal designer, will join the Diamond District, and with your Takori purchase of $2,500 or more, you'll receive a free 6 to 7 millimeter pearl necklace and matching bracelet.
Looking for a reputable HVAC service provider? 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating of Naples provides a high level of service and value to our clients. To learn more, visit onehourairnaples.com or call 855-1-HOUR.
Stay right here, because after Drew, it's Glenn Beck, 9 to noon. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
All right, I was going to play some... should I do this? Yeah, I guess I can. Let me see if I can find... All right. So, I guess... Look, things are not great right now. Around the world, there's a lot of things that are crazy. How many times have you talked to people and they're like, oh, can you make sense of what's going on the planet? I can't make sense of anything that's going on. At least you don't have Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez saying something like, I don't know, people are dying because of oil or something weird like that. I don't know if that would even be fair to say.
Breaking news. A bombshell.
Oh, this just in. Yeah, she kind of went there in a way. Hey, listen to this.
We have a crisis of missing and murdered Indigenous and Black women in the United States. Today, I want to discuss part of this crisis that is all too often overlooked, but whose evidence shows that there's a very meaningful connection here. The correlation between fossil fuel extraction sites and abductions and murders of Indigenous women across the United States.
So, oil and murder. I don't really want to hear the whole story that she goes into because, well, you know, it's Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. And
I'm not the expert.
Which we know. But, that's quite a leap. Wow. Okay, we're doomed.
92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
In business, it's never just another day. Every day is the day. There's the day you open your 500th location or expand to a new city. The day you deliver a make-or-break pitch from 1,000 miles away. Or the day that you have to start it all over again. That's the thing. You never know what the day might bring. But with Comcast Business, you'll have the powerful solutions you need to handle anything that comes your way. Like the power of the network that can deliver gig speeds to the most businesses. The freedom to control your network from anywhere. And advanced cybersecurity to help protect every device on it. All backed by a team of can-do collaborators ready to roll up their sleeves and make things happen 24/7. Every day in business is a big day. We'll keep you ready for what's next. Comcast Business. Powering possibilities.
Restrictions apply. Actual speeds vary. Call for details. Hey guys, it's health and fitness expert Robbie Raw. You've heard how much I love my arch supports from the Good Feet store. Now I want you to hear from someone else who's taken my advice.
Hi, I'm Dr. Julie Caton. I have always enjoyed walking but have had severe pain in my leg and ankle. I heard about the Good Feet store from Robbie and decided to get my own arch supports. I was pleasantly surprised to discover their 3-step support system, which fits in all of my different shoes. I absolutely love them. And now I'm back to enjoying my nature walks, my dog walks, and any form of exercise. I thank Robbie for her advice and the Good Feet store for giving me my active life back.
Friends, if you have knee, hip, or back pain, don't wait. Visit the Good Feet store and take back your life. You know, what you do today will affect the quality of your life later. And nothing changes if nothing changes. Decide today to live your best life. You are worth it, and that's the raw truth.
Let's roll, America. Get $5,000 over the KBB.com value for your trade-in during Naples Nissan's Let's Roll America sales event. Hey, Southwest Florida, Aaron Walker here. Come roll with us at Naples Nissan and get $5,000 over the KBB.com value for your trade-in, whether it runs or not. Push, pull, or drag it in if you have to. Choose from over 200 new Nissan models in stock, ready to drive home, and all backed by Naples Nissan's exclusive unlimited mile lifetime warranty. Get $5,000 over the KBB.com value for your trade-in and get rolling in a brand new 2022 Nissan today. Don't miss the Let's Roll America sales event only at Naples Nissan on Pine Ridge Road. That's exit 107 off I-75 or naplesnissan.com. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined. Visit naplesnissan.com for full details.
Fox News, I'm Roger Stern. Russia this morning fired missiles ever closer to the Ukrainian capital of Kyiv, and they also struck the airport outside the western city of Lviv, hitting a military aircraft repair facility.
We understand that 6 cruise missiles were fired towards it from what we think were Russian bombers flying high above the Black Sea.
Fox's Jonathan Hunt. PayPal is helping the war's victims. Fox's Carmen Roberts says the service is now allowing folks to send money to Ukrainians in the country and to those who fled.
The change comes after a request from Ukrainian officials who are showing their gratitude. The country's Vice Prime Minister Mikhailo Fedorov tweeting, "Thank you for supporting Ukraine and peace."
PayPal is waiving its fees for these transfers. America is listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Stevie Tomatoes Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Wink News, traffic.
Watching a crash with injuries out of Fort Myers, I-75 southbound just near MLK. Traffic on that on-ramp getting onto 75 at a very slow crawl right now. We know there are injuries. If you can hop on the interstate a little bit later, I would, just to avoid this whole scene. Also, State Road 82 is closed. Traffic in the westbound direction. You're not going to be able to get through there from 40th Street to Gunnery Road and Daniels. Avoid 82 if you can, because also watching a crash on Sunshine Boulevard and State Road 82. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wertz, Wink News.
Wink Weather Authority.
Get ready for a day of near-record heat today as we climb back to 90 degrees. Look for plenty of sunshine with a few clouds building towards this afternoon. We may see a few showers and storms focused east of the I-75 corridor late this afternoon and into this evening. But if you're west of that and close to the coast, you should remain dry. Passing clouds as we head into your Saturday night, we cool down to 69, waking up in your Saturday morning to a dry start. We're back to 89 degrees for your Saturday afternoon with a few more thunderstorms focused inland once again. Our next cold front begins to move through for Sunday. Isolated rain and thunderstorms possible with that one, with the high of 87 on Sunday afternoon. Not much of a cool down behind that, but we should see a slight drop in humidity by Monday. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
When listening to the radio in your car, remember to always drive on the right side of the road. Keep it here on 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hi, I'm Big Al from Stevie Tomatoes. You've heard me say we're the working and retired person's country club. This means coming in for a meal, a drink, or with a party, and we will obtain your complete satisfaction with our food, service, and value. We strive for excellence with your service experience and our food. So on the rare occasion we fall short, tell us and we'll fix it. Plus, at Stevie Tomatoes, there are no pretenses, no attitudes, high prices, or rushing you in or out. Come relax, enjoy yourself, and be yourself. At Stevie's, we love meeting the men and women who currently and in the past work hard to make America great. We appreciate their values, honesty, industriousness, and affection for this great country. So head to Stevie's, where we strive for excellence in everything we do. I guarantee it. In Naples, Fort Myers, and Cape Coral. Come, come, come.
Stevie Tomatoes, sports page. Come for the food. Stay for the sports.
Fox News listeners, Saturday morning is the perfect time to talk boats and water fun in Southwest Florida. This is Adam Botana again from Baywater Sousa Boat Club. Join us every Saturday morning from 7 to 8 for the Baywater Boat Club Hour. We talk boats, fishing, boating hotspots, water quality, on top of Jake the Millennial and I just having fun on the radio. And if you don't have a boat, Baywater Sousa Boat Club has got you covered. Just call me, Adam, at 239-495-0455.
Hey, what's up, South Florida? Jimmy the Beef Guy here. For almost 20 years now, I've been in the beef and bread business. So trust me, I know beef. Besides our Italian beef and sausage that you all have been raving about lately, you really need to try one of my favorite, the breaded steak sandwich. It's breaded steak with red gravy, mozzarella cheese, and you can top it off with some hot giardiniera. Ah, marron. And our soon-to-be famous Italian stallions filled with our beef, mozzarella cheese, giardiniera, wrapped in a crispy dough and deep fried until golden brown. Got family in town or having a March Madness party? You know I got you covered with the catering special. 5 pounds of beef. It comes with the beef, the gravy, the French rolls, the sweet peppers, the hot peppers, the aluminum tray. So do yourself a favor. Stop in and see Quentin and I. We're at the southeast corner of US 41 and Bonita Beach Road. Jimmy the Beef Guy is your Italian beef headquarters. And hey guys, when you're at the register looking at me, don't look all nervous and say gardenia. It's pronounced giardiniera.
there.
Trust. It's the rock-solid foundation of Moran Wealth Management. Over 40 years ago, they began advising clients on ways to help meet their financial goals. 4 decades later, we've helped many reach their goals of providing for themselves, their families, and future generations. CEO Tom Moran has assembled an impressive team of professionals, each committed to the same core concept. Tom is recognized by Barron's as a Hall of Fame advisor. To be named a Hall of Fame advisor, the advisor has to have been ranked by Barron's consecutively for the last 10 years in any of their rankings. Let us earn your trust. Call 239-920-4440 or visit moranwm.com. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
The right place for local talk. Drew now. Trey for the Drive at 5. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
All right, so I think it's only fair that before we get to Mike Opelka, pureopelka.com, before we get to Mike joining the program, I think it's only fair that we start with this and then bring him on, and here we go.
We greet the President of United Earth.
Madam President.
Madam President.
Welcome. I am so pleased that you've come. We are eager to begin diplomatic discussions.
Nothing to discuss. United Earth is ready right now to rejoin the Federation.
Okay, I'm not saying that the world is coming to an end, but Stacey Abrams appears as the President of the United Earth on the brand new Star Trek, I can't even get my Star places, Star Trek Discovery. So nothing to see here. Hollywood has jumped in and made Stacey Abrams the President of the United Earth because I guess she couldn't get the title of governor. So they brought her in. Okay, there you go. Hey, Mike, how are you today?
I want to stab myself with a steak knife right now. I'm so glad I am not a part of the new Trek revolution. But this is just madness. And, you know, if we go back to the original intent of the late Gene Roddenberry, it was to point out society's ills by projecting it through this crazy futuristic space story. So you get the stories like Frank Gorshin playing the guy. He played 2 roles, black on one side, white on the other, then white on that side and black on the other, and showing that racism was just messed up. And now we've got Stacey Abrams as the President of the United World. Maybe they are projecting their dreams for a one world government. Is that where this goes? Is that what the left is doing here? But I mean, could you find a less likable person?
No. Yeah, well, of all the people on the planet, you know, it's like when people talk about politics or when somebody picks a Supreme Court nominee or they bring somebody into an administration. It's like there's 300 million people in the country, and this is the well you go to. This is where you have to go. There's all of these people exist on the planet. Stacey Abrams is the well that you draw from for the President of the United Earth on Star Trek Discovery. So it's like, okay, I won't be watching that one. So, because we know where they're going. Anyway, all right. How are you this morning?
I was fine. Now I'm irritated. But no, that's unfair. I was irritated before this. Okay. You know, I wanted to come in and go, Friday-luya to ya. Let's get on with it. And then I start looking at all the stories, and it's depressing enough to see what's going on in Ukraine, and also to try and figure out what's truth and what's fiction about what we're being told, isn't it? I really would like complete, unfiltered clarity on all of this.
Well, are you talking
we're not
about,
getting it.
No, you mean Ukraine specifically, Russia, Ukraine, and what's happening there? That kind of clarity? Or is it just everything that's...
That's at the center. Russia, Ukraine is where it starts. And then where are we? Where really are we? And where is the world? And who's leading the opposition to it? And I know that we're not supposed to say everything that we're doing to end this out loud because that would tip off our plans, but it'd be nice to see some sort of leadership congealing on a global basis to fight this evil, but we're not. And I have to believe that it's about something you and I discussed just before we came on the air. And that's because the one world situation is compromised, that there are leaders pretty much in every country around the world that have their fingers in either Ukraine or Russia or China, and it makes it tough to be on the side of right because you're on the side of your currency, whatever it is.
Yeah, and, having Miranda Devine on just a little while ago, Laptop from Hell, the book, and as I asked her, I said, listen, with all the money being exchanged and talking about the laundering of, and, people look at the laptop and they say, well, what are you worried? I mean, why are you bringing this up? All right, so Hunter Biden's a sleazeball. All right, we get it. Prostitution and all the videos and everything, and it's ugly. And okay, that's all it is. No, that's not all it is. The money for the big guy means something, and everything that he's done and how the money goes through China, Ukraine, Russia. Anybody remember those names? Ukraine and Russia. Anybody know what's going on over there? So then the question begs to be asked, is there a president right now that is compromised because they know just as well as he does about the money that was exchanged and everything going on? And so when somebody says, why is Joe Biden not sending MiGs to Ukraine to help fight Russia? It seems like we could be doing a whole lot more. And then people say, well, is it because those questions should never be asked? That shouldn't be in the ether. That's the first part of it. And that's my concern. And obviously, even when you have Psaki was grilled over pushing the Russian the disinfo stuff. I mean, Miranda Devine knows better than anybody, and you know this story, Mike, and you can speak to this. How many people were taken off of social media by big tech because they dare to put out the information about Hunter's laptop during an election cycle where they wanted desperately for one person, that being the president of the United States at the time, to lose?
Well, the number is huge, and the craziness of this, and my mother would be slapping you on the back of the head going, a couple weeks before the election, the story pops, and Twitter pulls it, says you're not allowed to talk about it. After the election, they go, well, we really shouldn't have blocked that story.
No.
Because it looks like it's true. Dozens of members of the intelligence community, including John Brennan, said it was Russian disinformation. And you know that tweet by Jen Snarky that said it was disinformation? It's still up. It has not been taken down. Talk about lying and spreading false information. That tweet is still up. The Politico story that supported or promulgated that tweet is still posted on Politico with no denial of it, no correction. There is no penalty if you're on the left. There's only a penalty if you're on the right and you don't carry the administration's message. This is so disturbing. And if you haven't said it a million times in the interview with Miranda, that book is something everybody should read, because it's not just about Hunter. It's about the crime family.
Yeah.
And now that is heading up the White House.
And by the way, it's the Jussie Smollett defense, which is, I'm innocent. I didn't do this. I didn't commit suicide. I didn't do it. What you've accused me of and what I've been found guilty of, I'm not guilty of it. I never did it. And then there are people that are out there. It's like, he's saying that he's innocent. And now they let him go. He's not in jail right now. You see, that just proves the innocence. That's the same kind of thing. It's like if I take down the Twitter feed that talks about Russian disinfo, if I take that down, then I'm admitting that I'm guilty. But I'm not guilty. It's still true. And if they keep saying it's true, it's true, it's true. It was Russian disinfo. It is Trump in league with Russia. It is Vladimir Putin and them being buddies. It is all of this. Then there are people that will say, yeah, I guess they're right because he didn't take it down. Or sooner or later, somebody will reference it and go, yeah, well, it's still up there. And the reason why is because it's true. There are people that it was Jussie Smollett's somebody that he worked with, someone in Hollywood who said, oh, it's because he's black. That's why this all happened. And he should be taken in with open arms, basically, when he's out. Bring him back to Hollywood. Give him a job because he's innocent. Excuse me?
Actually, here's where, and I do this because I have a good friend who is a prosecutor who says, the Jussie being released story, it's actually fair what happened to him.
Oh, because I know what you're going to say, because of the fact that it's going to take longer than 150 days for the appeal. And is that okay?
So then ultimately, let's war game this. Juicy goes to jail, right? He spends 150 days, although I think he would have been let out in 90. I had the over and under at 90. He's let out. He serves the whole time. His appeal takes 6 months. Do we have to compensate? And if he's freed after that, because you have to play that game, if he's found to be not needing to go to jail for whatever reason, how much do we have to pay him? And would that not be the grossest thing in the world if we had to pay Juicy for jail time that a court decided was not valid?
But what's the appeal on?
Oh, he's appealing, I believe, the time. They're appealing everything. You
Right,
get
but
to appeal everything.
Right, but
here.
I guess the point is that if you're going to make the case that he should, he's been found guilty, but there's an appeal, so he can't serve the time because we have to make sure that appeal goes to. I mean, everybody understands the tactic. I guess the problem is the trust in the system to make sure that if all of these appeals go away 6 months from now, 8 months from now, a year from now, that the guy goes to jail. And nobody believes that he will. Everybody believes that the fact that he's out is, and because it was such a short sentence or a small sentence to begin with, or maybe a bigger sentence, you saying 90 days. I don't know, all of these machinations of everybody moving around and saying, but you see that this and that. It's like, hold on a second. We feel like justice isn't being served. Like some people get it and some people don't. January 6th, you showed up there, you're not convicted of anything, you're in jail, and you ain't getting out. Juicy Smollett, he's innocent, everybody. Come on now. And he's out. And that's what people see.
I believe they're going to change from he's innocent to hasn't he suffered enough?
Yeah, okay. I don't want to talk about him anymore.
That's okay. I'm just throwing that out
Yeah,
there.
let's move on to something else.
Let's move on and talk about the fact that, we talked about Ukraine and Russia and all that. You and I talked briefly about the Arnold Schwarzenegger video.
Yeah.
That Arnold posted for his friends in Russia. Did you watch all 9 minutes of it?
No, I couldn't. I'm not a big Arnold guy. I wasn't even. Yeah.
Sorry, he started talking.
Yeah. Don't interrupt me, Arnold. I'm just trying to make a point. No, go ahead. So what something caught your attention in this? First, set it up. Tell everybody what happened, and then play the little clip there.
Arnold Schwarzenegger wanted to tell the people of Russia the truth, and there are air quotes around the words "the truth." And it should be known that Arnold Schwarzenegger made a lot of money off Russia. He made movies in Russia, and he has visited Russia for years and years and years. So he's already tainted. He's like Joe Biden. He's compromised. Yeah. He's got money. But in this 9-minute video, which he posted on Instagram, he told the story of meeting a Russian bodybuilder when he was 14 and how he came to love and respect the Russian people. And that's the way of leading up to his message to Russia, which at the heart of the message is a good message saying you're not being told the truth by your government. You're being told that this is a fight to denazify Ukraine and that couldn't be any further from the truth. But it's what he said just before he gave that message that caught my attention. And you asked, the Nazi thing? Because Arnold's dad fought with the Nazis way back when, and his dad was injured in fighting the Russians. So this is kind of weird. But here's the part I think bears noting.
Reminded that I speak with the same heartfelt concern as I spoke to the American people when there was an attempted insurrection on January 6th last year, when a wild crowd was storming the U.S. Capitol, trying to overthrow our government.
Now, buried in the middle of this
not gonna say idiot,
is Arnold Schwarzenegger carrying the water for the January 6th.
That's why I don't want to pay attention to him. What he said. You see, here's the problem with life on this planet. That all of you progressive, you could have it. I don't care. Is this that you have people like me who want zero to do with a message that may be very sincere from somebody who's a tool and who has proven himself to be one, and knowing where he stands with that ruins any chance of certain of people giving him the time of day on a message that may be sincere and has a lot of good things in it. But I'm not going to give it to him because I've already seen, because once you throw in the insurrection January 6th, and once you've done that in the past and you've run with narratives or Or it's Russian disinfo, this whole Russiagate and Leslie Stahl, and we're 60 Minutes, and you got to listen to what we said. No, we don't have to listen to you because you're a tool. And the point is that you've lost all trust. And so in doing what you've done, you've not given the opportunity for people to hear what could very well have been a really, really good message. Zero, none, have no time for it because you're a tool. How's that?
Well, it's great message, but that's the message for us here. This was all meant. We're not supposed to hear this message, or are we?
Yeah.
Because otherwise, he would have said it in Russian. It's closed captioned,
right?
But he would have said it in Russian if it were only meant for Russia. There's a reason this came out, and it is to support the January 6th stuff. Which I don't know if you know it. January 6th and COVID both seem to be back timed to midterms.
Oh yeah,
Are you paying attention?
No, I'm also paying attention to the fact that there was a Fauci sighting, just like a skunk ape or a Yeti. There was a Fauci sighting out of the middle of nowhere, and Fauci's saying, "Hey, listen, we may have to go back to the masking thing and all of this." And then you've got Kinzinger, who goes on to some show the other day, and Adam Kinzinger, representative on the January 6th committee, and saying, "Listen, we're going to do anything, whatever we have to do to stop Donald Trump from being president of the United States. Doesn't matter, all of this."
Even if it means rigging an election,
right?
Adam?
Exactly.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes, and keeping all of this alive. Why, Mike? Why? Because what happens if and when, because it ultimately will happen in some way, shape, or form, that the war in Ukraine goes away. And if it happens to go away in the next couple of months, if we're fortunate enough for somehow there to be some kind of agreement and Putin to just go back and everything to kind of calm down there, which would be great because there is actual death and destruction that is happening, and it's awful, that they've got to have a narrative. They got to have something to fall back on, and they've already teed it up.
Well, they told us there were going to be primetime hearings of the House committee. So they're already lining this up. Look, my wife wrote soap operas for 20 years, and they didn't just write every day. They would meet every 6 months and line up 2 13-week blocks of time. And they'd start at where the story was going to end at those 13 weeks and work every storyline backwards. And then they started writing. And that's exactly what's been done with this. Kinzinger said the quiet part out loud. He said the end game. And now we're working it backwards. And for Fauci to crawl out of his lair, see his shadow, and say we're going to get 6 more months of COVID times almost perfectly with the midterm elections, just in time to mandate mail-in elections. And I would hope we'd put them at gas stations. And I say do it now. let all the balloting, early voting now at gas stations. Put a mail-in ballot or a drop box at every gas pump right now.
At every gas pump?
Yeah, because you look at the price, you go, Jesus, we can't let these people come back. I'm voting for
I guess there's that. Yeah, or right. I don't know. Don't get me started on the whole early voting. I forget it. To me, it's like
I'm just saying that's the only way it makes sense to me. Is it?
Yeah,
but it's right there, or at the cash register at the grocery store when you're checking out.
That would be nice. Yeah.
What? What did I? How much did? I don't normally take my wife to expensive places, but we filled up her gas tank yesterday.
Oh yeah, I did mine as well, and I was like, I've never seen 3 digits before. How does that?
By the way, you and I have talked about electric cars ad nauseum.
Yeah.
And I drive one.
Yeah, I do.
I drive a Tesla. Okay. I'm not going to be driving an electric car very long.
Why?
I'm going back to gooey dinosaur juice.
Really?
I am going back to gooey dinosaur juice because I'll do this quickly. I know we're near the end.
Yeah, we are.
25,000 pounds of brine to get lithium, 30,000 pounds of ore for the cobalt, 5,000 pounds of ore for nickel, 25,000 pounds of ore for copper, digging up 500,000 pounds of the Earth's crust for one battery for one car.
Oof. But hey, we got to get rid of fossil fuels. And I think Joe Biden said it best yesterday.
I may be Irish, but I'm not stupid.
Yes, that's all we need to know. He may be Irish, but he's not stupid.
One of these things both of these things are not true. One of them is false. Tell me.
I may be Irish, but I'm not stupid.
Okay, the first part is right. The second part, I think.
Oh, man. We didn't we get a chance to play Nancy Pelosi doing Bono?
Oh, Poetry Corner with Nancy Pelosi.
I know, we can't. We don't have time.
There once was a man from Nantucket. No,
That's
Nancy,
it.
no.
All right, we got to go. Okay, that's it. Mike Opelka, pureopelka.com. Have a lovely weekend and keep rhyming on, sir. Oh, gosh, what? Quick.
Next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm in for Trey.
Oh, okay. Excellent. So we'll hear
maybe
from
we'll
you.
hang out early Monday and laugh about it.
That would be nice. Okay. All right, I'll see you later. All right, there he goes. Mike Opelka, Stay Break 92.5, Fox News. Have a great weekend. We'll see you on Monday. Right all along.
There's a reason they call tasteless, stale food leftovers. Feed your brain the right way. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.